Founders Live is the global venue for modern entrepreneurs, especially during these very challenging times. The direct impact of COVID-19 is currently being felt around the world, and it could get worse before it gets better. We are here to help you through these challenging times by connecting you to the people, information, and resources meant to move you forward as you start your next project.
We see an opportunity to bring the resources and capital and connections to the people that need it and the people that can use it, no matter where they live in the world. My honest opinion is, no matter what the economic climate is in the world, Founders Live can be important. In the good times, when it's booming, we're here to help grow companies and have them access capital that's flowing around the world and really be a fun, great event and global platform that powers entrepreneurship. In the tough times, we actually think we can be the answer, given the fact that if people are actually getting laid off and unemployment starts rising, well, the choice to start their own business is front and center, and Founders Live is right there to help them grow. I believe the secret sauce of Founders Live lies in the combination of these three words: inspiration, education, and entertainment. Inspiration is rooted in the energy and the passion that every single attendee has. The education is the information that we're bringing to people that they otherwise couldn't find. Founders Live Online helps solve entrepreneurs' daily challenges. If you have a question that you're just wondering, like, I don't know what to do here, you simply need to just type it into Founders Live and someone else will answer it right there for you. And the entertainment is the fun. We believe business should be fun, we believe it should be casual, and we believe it should be inspirational. Founders Live is the perfect place for you to connect with other entrepreneurs and to be inspired.
Founders Live Prime Time, the live stream global celebration of entrepreneurship and a competition of the top 25 startups from the 5 regions of the world, consisting of entertainment, inspiration, education, and social connections. Come along with us as we discover who will make it to Founders Livefest on December 1st. Get your tickets today. Hello. Welcome to Founders Livefest 2021. I am so excited to be here today. To welcome you to Founders Livefest 2021, the culmination final event of our primetime season and our championship of the global competition for Founders Live. We're so excited. Please tell us in the chat, where are you joining from? What's going on? Tell us what's up. Let's get excited here. And I'm so pumped to bring in a couple special guests here. Oh my gosh, look at this. We have Mike and Kajenwa, a couple of our city leaders here to join us tonight. Mike Venturi over there in Indonesia. Kajenwa is, I believe, somewhere on the West Coast, probably New York or Toronto, but welcome you both. Kajenwa, how are you?
I'm good. Well, that would be East Coast, actually. I'm good.
Did I say West Coast? Look, I'm all turned up already, but I'm so excited here. But Kajenwa, how are you? Well, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you. Actually, my name means happy welcome arrival. Can you believe it? So it's perfect that we are here together, welcoming like diverse parts of the world: Indonesia, Seattle, Toronto today, New York sometimes. And look, we've got Ron from Oregon and Kush from Dallas.
Yeah.
I like it.
We've got Arlington in the
Arlington,
house.
VA. What's happening in Arlington?
So cool.
And we got LA.
And hey, Mike, how are you? Yep. Welcome, Mike, all the way over there on the other side of the world.
Thank you.
How's it going?
Yeah, so excited. I'm okay. I'm good. I'm fine. Really excited because, the global event has finally arrived. And then, we are live streaming, especially from Indonesia. We are in the morning now, 9:08 a.m. So, really excited.
Yeah, 9:08 p.m. on this side.
Oh, cool. What time is it on your place, Nick?
it's literally 9:08 p.m. on the East Coast. You're 12 hours ahead of me.
What
You're
about
in my
the-
future.
Yeah, we are coming from the future. We are the first one to see the sunrise, right?
We are coming from the future there. So, hey, I just want to just recognize you both, and you two are Founders Live City leaders. Let's take a few minutes, and we'll start with Kijenwa here. Just share a little thoughts. We're here at Livefest. This is the end of the year culmination, the global event. Share with us your thoughts real quick.
Oh man, well, first of all, what a year it has been. Could anybody have predicted that we would be kind of reeling from all of this COVID experience that we've been feeling? But to all my entrepreneurs out there, here's the deal, okay? Quitters never win, winners never quit. That's in sum what I would like to impart to you. It's never easy to keep trudging through, pushing through, especially when energy is low, maybe motivation is low. Hey, find something that you want to do that restores you, that gives you life, right? Step away from the cell phone, step away from the Instagram, the Facebook, the LinkedIn every now and then, and do something that recharges you. What are you going to do that is going to recharge you today? Miami. Yes, I would go to Miami to recharge. Let me tell you that. But it could be anything. It could be yoga. It could be meditation. It could be just turning the music way up and dancing like a crazy person. Just do what makes you feel better. Because at the end of the day, this journey we call entrepreneurship is a virtual marathon. And I don't mean just a virtual marathon, it's a literal marathon as well, right? It takes stamina, energy, it takes brain power, it takes money, of course. And all of those things can be difficult to juggle all at the same time, especially when it's just you. So I would implore you to think about what you can do to help you just restore and refresh, because that's really what it's all about. And especially as we're coming into this tail end, let's take time to just get back to ourselves again.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kijenwa. That's great to hear from you, and that advice is so perfect. Mike, I'll give you just a moment to share your thoughts as we enter into the Livefest event that's just getting started, and we're so excited here.
Yeah. I'm revert to Kijenwa said that like marathon. So I feel like marathon too. Since the early of the year, we are launching the first Founders Live in Indonesia to Manado City, and then right now we are running more than 20 event, I guess 24 event straight from February and then to December, right? So it feels like it hosting, but excited because we are so excited to wait for 2022, and there's a lot of things we are preparing for Founders Life, especially in Indonesia. A big event, and not to mention, if you come to Indonesia, we want to take you to any place, to any other cities that we have a city leaders in Indonesia. So we are really excited. Excited.
I can't wait. And we will talk a little bit more about that in a second, but I'm going to run through what we're looking for and what we're going to expect a little bit of this evening or this morning. So I'm going to pop you both off. I'm going to run through some slides. So we'll see you soon. All right. Here we are, everyone. Again, welcome to Founders Live Prime Time. And as you've seen, we have combined, our Prime Time series is a number of events that come into the culmination event, which is Founders Livefest 2021. We want to encourage you to like this video, share this video out to your network, and invite them to join us in this event. We are so excited here to have so many people here, but we would encourage you to like this video and really bring it out into your network. Also share this out. You can share this link to other social networks and all that. You'll see down below, you can go into also chat.founderslive to hang out and spend time with other people that are joining in and watching the event. This is the first of our surprises. We are releasing a number of NFTs and designs and tokens here tonight, and we have the day one, which we will touch on later in the show, but we have another version of the day one that we are giving away. We are going to give this specific token. It's a digital asset that gives you access to other things within Founders Life. We have 5 of these created in the world. They're worth roughly right now about $2,500 US, and we're giving that away. If you go to Twitter, find this tweet right there. Where are we at there? Find that tweet, like it, retweet it, and follow us. We will randomly draw one person to give this really cool token to, and we're going to do that by the end of the event. And if you're around, you can join us on stage. We'll be able to pull you on stage, and you can join us on camera if you want. So please go and go to Twitter, retweet this, and we will choose someone to give that NFT to. Again, there is a hangout at chat.founderslive.com. You can visit and hang out with other people and watch the event as well if you would like. We're so excited. This is a global celebration. We have conversations, we have a pitch competition, and we have connecting and networking afterwards. This is awesome. And I'm going to walk through what we have gotten to thus far. So we have had 5 events over the past month and a half. You'll see all the regions of the world there. We had these events, and we have had winners that come out of these pitch competitions. You'll see that those are 5 unique countries represented in this competition, which is so cool. Shows that we are a global entrepreneurial ecosystem, and everyone is equally represented, or it has at least equal opportunity for success. So we're excited about that. You'll hear from them later. But with Founders Livefest, here we go. This is our mini summit, our global pitch competition. And today's agenda, real quick, just run through what we're going to expect here. First, with all these, this is what we're looking at tonight. First is our special guest conversations happening very, very soon. We have 2 different conversations that we are going to run through. First is Mr. Tizar from Indonesia, and Mike is going to join us for that conversation. We're going to run through some ideas that he has, as he's the managing partner of Collaborative Capital. And then we have a couple individuals from Rise Strategy, and we're going to talk about the carbon neutrality pledge that Founders Live has taken and some really cool stuff there. Secondly, we have our community partners and Keynote. So we're going to run through a few of our partners. We're going to do some interviews and conversations with them. How are they helping the ecosystem grow? Can't wait for that. I'm going to give a NFT and digital assets keynote that's going to touch on what we are offering, all the changes and all the enhancements that we're going to roll through going into next year, and you cannot miss that. Then we have our pitch competition. So excited about hearing from the 5 early stage startups that we have qualified here from around the world, and really, really excited. Let's go ahead and hear from them very quickly here.
Hi, I'm Epifania Mafuku. I'm the founder of Mutombo Specialty Teas, and we make herbal teas that people can enjoy rather than endure.
I'm Widanto, co-founder and CTO of Diklat Kerja. Diklat Kerja is a data company that provides online learning for engineering graduates and professionals. We are building learning management system so they can learn, discuss, and take action in our platform. Certification is provided as well by cooperating with professional organizations and associations.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ehsan Saleh, founder and CEO of Zestify. I'm building a financial wellness startup. You know, a lot of us struggle to afford everything that we want in life, from vacations to cars and homes, funding our education and so on, and making sure we get through the hard times. So At Zestify, we're building a smart shopping planner where it shows you what you can afford, when, and how you can afford it, all powered by AI.
Hi everyone, I'm Sehaj Rastogi, the co-founder of Fundingx. So Fundingx is a global rewards-based crowdfunding platform which is designed to help innovators, entrepreneurs, and artists to raise funds for potential innovations to disrupt the market.
We have such a great lineup. That was 4 of the 5 of our presenters. We are excited to hear from all of them tonight, and really just an awesome lineup of startups to pitch at this final event. We also have a networking event, or we have a time that we're going to hang out after the event. So please stick around. You'll get more information on that. You'll see down below chat.founderslive.com, and we have that Buzz It experience there. So excited here. Founders Live is the global we're powering the pulse of entrepreneurship around the world. We started in 2014 in Seattle. If you don't know this story, we started in Seattle in 2014 and quickly expanded around the world. We have reached roughly about 85 cities, 26 countries. It's amazing, all over the place. We're so excited about that. Hey, if you want to start Founders Live in your city, please reach out. Expand@founderslive.com. If you type that in, you'll be able to fill out a form and we will get back to you. We want to review our core values very quickly. These are very, very important to Founders Live, and we talk about them in every event we cover. First one is what we call is respectful authenticity. This is actually around what we're now referring to as entrepreneurial quality, and we believe everyone has equal opportunity for success, no matter what they look like, how they talk, where they're born, where they're located, what language they speak. And so we include everyone. So we want to make sure that you're aware of that as well. Secondly, gather around the campfire. Hey, we're all telling stories. You're going to hear from 5 founders tonight that are telling a story of the future, and we're gathering around a figurative campfire and entertaining around that. Thirdly is open the door. So we ask that you do great things for people without expecting a return. That creates an incredible community globally that is really around helping and inspiring people. And lastly, what we say is no name tags. This is really just more have fun. We believe business should be fun. And, this is more of an in-person event kind of core value, but we think about that. And lastly, we maybe have a 5th. So stay tuned for a big announcement coming up soon. Can't wait for that. All right. Again, reminder, like this video, please shoot this out. Let's get this place rocking. I see we're still growing in our viewers here, and we're just getting going, but get this out, share it. Look, copy that link up there, paste it out, share it on your favorite social media platform. Let's get this room rocking. All right. So our first special guest conversation, I'm going to bring Mike Venturi up here, and we are so blessed to have, we have Cesar from Indonesia. And Mike, welcome. I'm going to allow you to introduce our special guest of the day.
Yeah. Thank you, Nick. Thank you. Please welcome Mr. Cesar. Selamat pagi, Pak. I speak in Bahasa.
Yeah, good morning. Selamat pagi juga.
Welcome. So Mr. Cesar is a managing partner from Colibra Capital, one of venture capital in Indonesia. They have a lot of portfolios, especially in unicorn and something. So yeah, we are really excited. Mr. Cesar will join to us this morning, this event. Thank you.
And I want to welcome you. We're going to have a brief conversation here around the entrepreneurial opportunities that you see, Cesar, over there in Indonesia, and just some advice that you would give to early stage entrepreneurs. So first of all, if you could please, just briefly introduce yourself, talk to us a little bit about what you do, what position you hold, and how you really oversee the entrepreneurial ecosystem over in Indonesia.
Yeah, thanks a lot for the time, Nick. So yeah, maybe I'll introduce myself. So I set up Colibra actually to really fill up the gap in the market in Indonesia, because we are not only investing in Indonesia but also investing in overseas company who actually a foreign company who would like to invest, who like to expand in Indonesia. And the spirit of Colibra when I said that I want to fill up the gap is actually um, um, it's actually presented by the name itself. Because in English you can read it Colibra, and it sounds really similar to collaboration. And actually, that's our motto. When we invest, the real goal is actually to collaborate with founders and how we can really help them to expand the business or grow the business here in Indonesia. Yeah. What differentiate us perhaps with other fund is other than our commitment for collaboration. The other one is actually our commitment that when we invest in a company, we will not invest in other competing companies, and the commitment from the founders also, we want to become a one-stop shop for not only the Indonesian founders but also for global founders who would like to come here. Other than myself, the co-founder is actually Leon and Nara. Leon is actually happened to be also the co-founder of Tokopedia.com, one of the biggest e-commerce here in Indonesia that has just recently merged with GoTo. And the second one is actually Nara from Ciputra family. And myself, I'm a professional. I used to be an engineer a long time ago, but then I have happened to switch a career into venture capital back in Washington D.C., helping my previous boss there to run 4 different funds, and then I came back to Indonesia in 2010 and have been very active in private equity space, and finally came back to the venture capital space. Yeah, about about the opportunity in Indonesia. I guess Indonesia is a very interesting country because we are uh, not many people in the U.S. perhaps knows where Indonesia is, but it's just above Australia, and that this is a country where Bali is, so not the other way around. Yeah. So but we are actually the five biggest country in the world, and we have the demographic benefits because most of our population are actually young population, and we have about 270 million population totally in total. And we are part of the G20 country, and I guess this year our president has been elected to be the chairman. Um, and in terms of like the GDP, Indonesia actually one of the biggest in Southeast Asia. So if you really want to expand your business to Asia, especially Southeast Asia, you cannot miss Indonesia because of those population and the young demographic over here. So
Yeah.
that's why, yeah, we have been having like 9 unicorns so far in the past decade. Yeah. So the opportunity is actually a very wide and plenty, but then it's not easy for global companies to actually expand in Asia because normally there is a cultural breakdown, and that is actually where we step in to really help them to navigate the market over here.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. And Mike, did you have any thoughts or anything to add, or a
Yeah.
question? A question
Now,
or
I want to ask Mr. Pizarro, actually. I'm kind of curious. So maybe what are the most excited for Colibra Capital for Indonesia in 2022? Do you want to play to to the grassroots, to the early stage, or just in the A series up?
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for the question, Mike. I mean, like, this is actually really good because we have a new pipeline coming up in 2022. Right now, I guess most of the companies are really, maybe due to COVID as well, many of those companies actually graduate into the highest series, and then most of the investors also looking at those series because now most of the investors coming from all over the world like to be part of the Indonesian growth. And that actually leaves a space in the grassroots level, as you point out, Mike. So, and perhaps this is where we can actually work and collaborate closely in the future with your community, because then we want to really help the what you call it, the this grassroots entrepreneur to really scale up, especially here in Indonesia, because many of them they really think small. They never think about global expansion, uh, not even regional expansion. They were just thinking about how to open up a business and then having some revenue and make some money for the family, but never really think about how to to go globally. And we just actually did several investment in 2021, and we have been helping a few companies that exactly like that. I mean, they were just focusing on the local regional market, and then but then we step in and we told them that, hey, you can actually increase your revenue by 10 times by just actually fixing your business model without actually having extra money invested in your company. So this is kind of active collaboration and help that we provide to our portfolio company. So next year we will launch what we call Level Up. This is something a new initiative to really help the grassroots level.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. What I wanted to ask, or, something that we wanted to really cover was, there's definitely entrepreneurs, people watching on here that they're thinking about, or they either are thinking about starting a company or they're just getting going. What should founders be thinking about right now, especially at the end of the year, turning into next year, especially
Mhm.
2022? What would you suggest they be thinking about, or decisions that they should be making right now?
Okay. So I guess everywhere around the world, I think we are all optimistic about 2022 because of this COVID that has been with us since the past almost 2 years. Yeah. So I guess everyone has to be optimistic. But then again, as a founder or entrepreneur, I guess it's good that uh, perhaps one of the New Year resolution really ask ourselves like, why we want to do this? Actually, what has driven us to do this? What has motivated us to do whatever goals that we want to do in 2022? Because at the end of the day, if we are talking about entrepreneurship, it's not always about rose. It's not always rosy. It's up and down. There is up. There is hills that we have to go through as well, and it's not always easy. So I guess really check on our motivation, desire, and passion. Why we want to do this, because that will actually really help us to guide our path in 2022. Yeah.
Great. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. And, Mike, we don't have a lot more time here because we got so
Yeah,
much to do, but what advice, you see a lot of founders, you obviously, you're holding Founders Live events like almost every week, at least a couple times
yeah,
a month. What do you see now? What advice are you giving to early stage entrepreneurs, founders that are starting up right now? And definitely what should they be thinking about right now?
yeah. The main point for me is collaboration. I think collaboration is especially for the first time founders, for the early stage startup founders, right? Because you know uh, the competition of the startup in Indonesia is pretty high. So I think the collaboration is the main point that the first-time founders, especially the, my friends that want to join in Founders Live event. We are running almost every week in country, and we want to expand to another country in Asia Pacific. So I think if we get the point to make a collaboration, then they can enter another market in another country in Asia Pacific. I think that's the point. Thank you.
Great. Yeah, thank you. And what I'll share with all of you, just to answer that question, what should you be thinking about right now? What I would say, just as I've developed, we've grown Founders Live, and look, this is almost year 8 in terms of when it started, and so I've learned enough. And what I can tell you is this time of year is, it's really, really important to put time in to actually do some consideration on looking back. What did you learn in the year? What worked, what didn't? And then what are you going to do for the next year? And so doing some end of year planning and essentially next year planning is incredibly important. I would suggest that you do that. Secondly, I would suggest to get some rest. It seems like the end of the year is a good time to take a little break, obviously holidays and all that, but make sure that you are getting enough time and rest. And, I'm talking to myself here a little bit too. So get some rest, make sure you schedule that time, you take time off, you're with family and friends. Maybe it's your own time, but if you do those things, plan, look at what you need to change and enhance in your business, and then get some rest. I think you're going to be in a good place. So, all right. Well, let's see. Last words here. Mr. Tezar, it's been so nice to, I know it's not a lot of time, but it's been nice to chat with you. What would be your parting words here for the group here today, as well as just entrepreneurs around the world? Just one quick thought here.
Okay, just one quick thought. Okay, so always really think about why you started your business, because I guess that is really what investors really look for when they want to invest in you, because as an early startup, investors cannot really see your plan, your business track record, but then really your passion in your business.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much. And Mike, it's been great.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you here again soon. But Mr. Tezar, thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Terima kasih, Pak Isar. Terima kasih.
Yeah,
Pak Isar.
terima kasih juga, Mike. Thank you everyone.
Thank you.
All right, we will pull them off, and just so great here. So awesome. And hey, we are moving on to our next guest here, and this is a very special next guest, because we have some announcements to be made here as we bring on our next guest. We have Cooper and Julie, so I'm going to pop them on the screen. Cooper and Julie, how are you both doing?
Hey, Nick, doing well. Excited to be here.
Oh, yeah, so am I. I'm going to pop that off. It is a pleasure to have both of you here from Rise Strategy, and you have released this year a carbon neutrality pledge that we're going to talk about. But both of you, I just want to welcome you both. It's been a pleasure to, really partner together. And so let's go with Julie first. Introduce yourself, and then we'll have Cooper introduce yourself, and we'll talk about Rise Strategy and then also the carbon neutrality pledge. Julie, welcome.
Sweet. Yeah, thanks. Hi, guys. My name is Julie. I'm actually currently a student right now. I'm in my final year at the University of Washington. I've been with Rise Strategy for about a year and a half now. Cooper was a friend of mine before he started this business, so it's been super fun to work with him for the past year and a half, and I'm excited to be here.
Oh, awesome. Welcome. And it's just great to have you here, Julie. And then Cooper, what's going on?
Yeah, so my name's Cooper, and I'm the founder and CEO of Rise Strategy. I founded it also while I was at the University of Washington almost 2 years ago now. And I don't want to jump the gun on this, but just to give a little bit of background on what we do, we're essentially an environmental consultancy working to help small and medium-sized businesses, particularly on the small side, figure out what their carbon footprints are, and to help them go carbon neutral. And so it's something we've been up to for the past couple of years. Really loved it, and actually been going through the process with Founders Live, which has been awesome so far.
Yeah, no, it's been such a great process here. And, what I wanted to do is bring you both on and really talk about this carbon neutrality pledge. And then I'll share a bit of the experience that myself and Founders Live has had as we've gone through this. But what would you, if you're going to, Cooper, take a little opportunity here to talk about what this pledge is, what it means to step in and sign it, and what we would, we're sharing this with the group. So definitely I'm going to pop in the comments, the link if they want to take a look and take that pledge as well. So feel free to tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the first thing I can probably do for everyone here is just define even what carbon neutrality is a little bit better. And then Julie, if you wanted to go into the details of the pledge itself, I know we've been working on that a bunch lately and just trying to fit everything as best we can to help as many companies as possible. So starting at a high level, essentially what carbon neutrality is every single business, small and large, has some level of carbon emissions that they emit through their activities, whether that's from working from home. In the case of Founders Live, we're actually investigating the emissions that come from events such as these. And it all boils back down to CO2 that's emitted that contributes to global warming. And so what we want to do is help all companies to really calculate what is that number per year and then lower it through different strategies that can actually reduce the emissions. So whether that's using cleaner energy or actually through offsetting, which is investing in projects that directly reduce the carbon that's emitted each year. And so, Julie, I'll hand it over to you if you want to give a few more details on the pledge itself. But really what we're hoping to provide is an opportunity for all businesses to commit to this process, get free resources, and really at the end of the day, make an impact for a greener tomorrow.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Cooper. So we know that carbon neutrality can be kind of a daunting word. And so we actually introduced this past year a carbon neutrality pledge to help it make an easier transition for organizations just like yours. And so by signing this pledge that we offer for free on our website, you will be essentially committing your organization to being carbon neutral by December 31st of 2022. And so that requires you reporting a carbon neutrality achievement being sent to us for our public records by that deadline there as well. But we want to make it easy for you, and we want to make this, again, less of a daunting task as it seems. And so upon signing, we actually send all of our signatories a free primer. So this is a pretty extensive package that explains the in-depth process and provides you with some initial resources to learn about carbon neutrality and kind of get your foot in the door. We also do offer a full service offering. So if you really want some help and want us to work through the entire process with you, we have that option as well. But I think even just signing our pledge is a great opportunity to signal to your peers and to your stakeholders that this is something that you care about, and then you can actually start some of that work that will kind of give you the baton to start working towards carbon neutrality with. We really want to emphasize that taking ownership of your impact, of your organization's impact early on is really important, and it's going to help with maintaining sustainability as you scale. Through our neutrality pledge, we want to make sure that this process is affordable, straightforward, and highly beneficial for your company. And so I think we'll drop the pledge link in the chat, and I highly encourage you all to look at it for your organization. I think it's a really great start to taking on something as big as sustainability for your business.
Thank you. Awesome. And we do have that pledge. It's right there. Getting up there a little bit so I can point to it. We have that link there. And look, I can tell you this, that, just a little background, everyone. And, we were able to get connected earlier this year. Kind of trying to remember exactly how that all happened. But, when we connected, we had an initial conversation, and I just remember I just remember saying, you know what, if anything is going to improve in this entire world, it takes all of us to make better decisions personally as well as organizationally. And so when you came together with this carbon neutrality pledge and basically putting it out there saying, hey, if we all start, and my thought was, hey, if we start as early as possible, early stage startups get with the mentality of being conscious about their climate impact just from the start. Just be conscious about it as you grow your company. We can start making impact. And man, if you think about that goes around the world, that's where I see things changing. So that's why we signed the pledge. And, Founders Live, we internally, not only did we sign the pledge, and Cooper, this is what for you, we not only signed the pledge, but then we went through a process of really essentially getting the accounting of what our impact is. Obviously not 100% accurate. It's kind of hard to be 100% accurate, but we got a view of what our organization is around the world, really our footprint. So now we have accounting that we can improve year to year to year, and especially as we grow. We're proud of that. It was not necessarily the easiest thing. I mean, it's kind of like you got to go through this stuff. But, Cooper, could you tell us a little bit about, just maybe a quick, what are the 5 steps that on high level that is in process when a company will go through and they commit to it, but now it's really about the accounting of it?
Yeah, absolutely. So, looking at those steps, what it really boils down to, and I'll kind of put it into the framework of our process that we go through, just since that's, of course, what we're the most familiar with. I'd say there's 4 key stages. Before those 4, you have actually committing to the process, saying that this is something you're ready as an organization to go through with. You're ready to do it. You figured out how you're going to do it. The next step is to actually do the footprinting. And I think, Nick, as you know, this is probably the most complicated part. And this is where we're going back and forth together to really figure out what are your emissions. And there are a number of categories to look at for that. Like I mentioned earlier, there are emissions even coming from this event right now that next year we'll probably be calculating out, right? And so there's a lot of back and forth there, looking at travel, looking at offices if they have them, looking at working from home. There's so much that goes into that. And like you said, it's not 100% accurate, but we really want to give companies at that early stage an accurate idea as much as possible of what their impact looks like, so that as they scale and grow, it's something that we can all continue to address and really work on together. So I'd say that's the first kind of key stage there. Once we've really figured out what that footprint is, then we dive deep into it, right? We'll go through every single category, explain how those numbers came to be, what can you actually do to lower that number year over year? What mitigation strategies can you implement? After that, we recommend offset providers. So there are a number of offset providers out there that you can choose from. And those are essentially those projects where we're investing a dollar equivalent amount to what you emitted into projects such as tree planting, cleaner cook stoves. There's a number of different areas where you can really maximize that impact. And at the end of the day, that's how companies really go carbon neutral, is balancing that out with offsets, whatever they couldn't mitigate with those strategies that were implemented earlier. And then the last piece is really, how do you market this? How do you make this something that your customers know about, right? If you look at the statistics, 80% of consumers want companies to be more sustainable, and 50% are actually willing to shift to businesses that offer a more sustainable option. And this is a great way for companies to really affordably show their commitment to the environment, to everything else. And so how do you communicate that to both customers, but also to your employees as you grow and really draw the talented people that'll make your company what it is in the future?
Yeah. And again, I showed the link. It's in the chat. It will also be in the follow-up information that we send out. Look, Founders Live, we've already signed it. We're doing it. And we encourage you all to do this as well. And I have another statement to say here in a few minutes, but one last question for you both. Julie, why do you think this is so important? Why spend the time? Because look, we all know, I know personally, even in our industry, it's an uphill battle a lot of times. So, this is an uphill battle. Why is it so important?
Yeah, I think this is super, super important. And it is, of course, going to be hard. Obviously, you're working at a much smaller scale than like the Microsofts and the Googles of the world. But you have to remember that like Microsoft and Google started at the same stage that you are at right now. And so building some of that sustainability work into your company or your organization at its core, and when it's really in its groundwork stages, is going to be super, super important to growing. It's also highly impactful, affordable, and marketable, like we had said. And it really sets a precedent for everyone within your community and also just the larger business community as a whole. You guys, like as the startup community, really are the lifeblood of the Seattle area or wherever your business is. And so by pledging neutrality, you're taking ownership of that at scale. You're encouraging other people to take ownership. And when we all take this pledge together, a bunch of little changes collectively will be a big change. And even little changes here will make influence to some of those larger larger companies, your company signing onto this pledge and other companies signing onto this pledge might start this movement or really add fire to this movement that, eventually is going to inspire a really big company to go carbon neutral. And that in itself is going to carry so much impact.
Awesome. Cooper, in your words, why, you said it a little bit, but, why is this so important?
Yeah. Well, Julie got a lot of the good stuff covered there. But I really think at the end of the day, it's that second point, right? I think that of course, there's so many business benefits to doing this, and that's not a reason or the main reason to do it, right? We want to save the environment and have an earth to live on, but there are business benefits here. And I think that's why, particularly for smaller companies, as they grow, really incorporating this as a pillar early on and something to act on. Again, it not only drives revenues, but it drives that employee engagement. But I think more importantly, on the environmental impact side, like Julia was really hitting on there, we're all 1 or 2 degrees at most removed from people at these major organizations that are responsible for a lot of the emissions that are going on out there. And when they start to see that, even the small businesses that have been around for maybe half a year are committed to this, what excuse is there for the most, polluting companies in the world not to take action anymore when their whole ecosystem is committed to this process? How can they not be, right? And so it's a part of not only really improving the sustainability of your company, but creating that precedent for all companies to take action at the end of the day. And I think there's so much value we can all really add there together. And that's something, we hope to help out with, whether it's through formal services or even just, talking with you and figuring out what your business is, where your footprint might be coming from. We want to help however we can.
Thank you. And, I want to take this opportunity, especially if you both are still here. I'm going to pop this on the screen here. And, this is a really, really seminal, very important time and step right now as we are announcing and introducing our 5th core value in Founders Live for the entire brand globally. And this is the very first time that any core value has been added to our list since really when we started. I started out, the core values that I spoke about earlier in the event, those were put in place pretty much when we got Founders Live started. And this is the first time of adding a 5th one. And so we are adding what we're calling climate consciousness. And really what that says is we commit to being a leader in operating global business in a climate conscious manner, including measuring and lessening our footprint where we can. And then we also encourage others to consider their impact on the climate as well. And I'm just really excited to announce that. I owe to both of you a thank you. And I think if you all didn't come into my world and our world with Founders Live, this core value would not be being stated today. So it's very, very important. I thank you both for impacting and influencing myself and then now the greater Founders Live community around the world.
Well, like you, I mean, that's fantastic and awesome to see. And yeah, really, really excited to see where that goes as the 5th value and all of the impact that Founders Live will be able to have with that.
Yeah, thank you. And it's an important step. We are, just as we step up with other, our other core values are very meaningful. This is something that going forward, we encourage you all that you're listening, you're watching, you're participating. If you want to be a part of the solution, there's decisions to be made, and these are important, good decisions. We want to be a leader in that. And we encourage you also to be a leader in that. So that's exciting. How about that? So, all right. Last words here for both of you. Julie, we'll let you take that last word. Anything else on your mind?
Yeah, I think, exactly what you said, making this a core value is exactly what we want from every company. If we could have every company in the world make a core value, environmental consciousness, then I think we would definitely be on the right track. So super props to you for kind of being a leader there. We really just want to say, if you have any questions about, full service offerings, our pledge, or even, if you just want to talk about how, what sustainability looks like for your business. I know every business organization is framed differently. It's going to look a lot different depending on, what your service is or what you're offering. So, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us as well. I can put our email in the chat. And so hope we connect with some of you guys after this.
Thank you. Cooper, last quick word here for you.
Yeah, again, Julie's hitting all the great points here. But again, if there are ways that we can help out, we're a business, of course, like everyone else, and we're all trying to make it work. But at the end of the day, we started this to help companies like everyone who's here to be more sustainable and to benefit from that, to make a difference, and to enjoy that difference, right? And so if there are ways that we can help, whatever that looks like, that's formally, informally, we're always happy to chat, and we really just want to be here as a resource as we all hopefully continue to grow and succeed here.
Awesome. Well, thank you both so much. We'll stay in touch, and of course there's a lot more coming around, especially you all will get more information, and then we'll make some even more pushes and announcements next year. So keep on top of that, and thank you for joining us today.
Thanks, Nick.
All right. We will remove them. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so excited about this is important, everyone. It is important to be a leader. Sometimes that's not easy, or making the decisions to put your business in a place that over time, if we can have all the businesses make better climate-oriented decisions, we're going to still be around. And if we don't, we're not 100% sure we're going to still be around. So just think about it, and we're excited about that. All right. Well, we are at the turn of the hour. Really, really excited here to move into the next phase of our event. And we really we're going to talk with some community partners that are impacting the community, whether it's in North America, whether it's in around the world. And these are in co-working spaces. These are in, product development, and these are in accounting and financial. And you know what, everyone? They have something that could be useful for you, whether that's their thoughts tonight, whether that's click through and check out what they have on their website and what they offer. They have an offer for all the attendees. So you get that in the attendee package, which we will drop in the chat. But first and foremost, we are excited to have a representative from Spaces. That is a great co-working and workspace that really has a global footprint. And really excited to have Michael join us from Spaces here. I'm going to pop him on the screen, and Michael Sturdova is going to join us here. Michael, welcome, and you're on mute, so hopefully if you unmute there, let's have you join us today. We're going to chat about the future of co-working and workspaces.
Oh, thank you for having me, Nick. It's always interesting to go back and hear some of the stories of the young entrepreneurs starting out, and you think of IWG now and Spaces as a global company, but back in 1989, it was Mark Dixon starting off like some of these other companies with just a dream and a need, and trying to fill a niche in the market of people wanting to have that global or that Fortune 500 look, or be in that Fortune 500 type building or suite in a Class A space, but they didn't have that. So thus Regis and now Spaces and multiple other brands were born, from the small entrepreneur. And we still have a lot of small businesses that make up our business today.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. And we just really want to chat a little bit about, the last almost 2 years now has been tremendously challenging for everyone, but especially the co-working industry and office spaces in general have just had a bit of a challenge here. Now that we're coming out of it, what do you see, especially internally within the Spaces and IWG organization, what do you see as promising and exciting for the year 2022 and beyond?
Well, I can tell you, you can't skip 2020 and 21 without at least acknowledging that it was tough. I mean, it was tough on everybody. So to see light come back into the business in 2021 has been fantastic. I mean, we've seen a huge spike in inquiries. We've seen our occupancy spike from 2020 lows in 2021. And I mean, we're really encouraged to see us get back to pre-COVID 2019 levels and eclipse them in 2022. So it's been a rough patch, but I tell you, it's definitely made us stronger.
Yeah. I know it has, and personally for me, I'm back in the Seattle area, and it's nice to visit. I'm not there all the time, but going into different co-working spaces, meeting with people again, we're getting back to that. So, I encourage everyone to really think about that. So, Michael, what can you share with us about, especially spaces that, that maybe some people aren't so familiar with the brand, or they're not familiar with what the offerings are now. They might be thinking about going into the next year where they want to navigate in their city, especially for meeting space and all that, event space. Share with us a little bit more about Spaces and what they offer.
Well, Spaces is a huge part of our growth brand. Regis was our original brand, but Regis is more of a contemporary, tradition. I shouldn't say. I'm sorry. Regis is more of a traditional look to it when you think of executive workspace. But Spaces is that new wave, contemporary, glass front office, pool tables, big club space where you can have a cup of coffee and a conversation. It's just a new wave look to co-working. So if you haven't had a chance to go in and take a look at the space, I encourage you to go by and just visit. You can walk in, tour. You don't have to have an appointment. And we encourage you to have an appointment. But if you don't, walk in and take a look at the space. I mean, you'd be blown away what the future of co-working looks like.
Yeah. And the spaces are beautiful. It's amazing. All the cities I've been to that I've walked into a Spaces location, which it's a number of them actually. As I traveled around, I was always very impressed with, the real estate, the buildings. A lot of them are like, just beautiful brick buildings, and even though they might be newer buildings, they've really chosen amazing places. Just to note, not sure if you're familiar with this, but we launched Founders Live Nashville in June of this summer. And we in Nashville, we partnered with Spaces, and I'm not sure if you've been there to that location, but they're in a big building. There's a rooftop on the building. So we had our first event, and actually this is where we have our Nashville events now, on the rooftop. It was a beautiful day. The evening was going, and I look around and I'm like, this is pretty good. So, and that was in June, right? And we're kind of coming back through the pandemic, and we so appreciate the partnership with Spaces, and a number of our events are held there. And so, there can be other community events that are held in those locations as well. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I am not familiar with Tennessee. I'm coming to you from Dallas, Texas. So my area, I'm the area vice president of operations and sales for North Texas. So this is my patch. But yeah, events are a huge part of what we want to do. Now, over the last 2 years, a year and a half, we've been unable to do some of the events due to COVID, but we're starting to come back a little bit. Hasn't opened up completely, but we're looking forward to that day of it coming back where we can do events live. But we have great spaces with inside space to do events, and like you mentioned, outside space, rooftop terrace type things. I mean, great opportunities to do events, during the day, after work. We can accommodate all of those things. And that was, part of the design of it is to do multiple things that we couldn't do at Regis, and Spaces definitely provide some of those opportunities.
Yeah. So what would you tell someone that is thinking about looking at looking at co-working spaces, workspaces going into this next year? What, do they go to the website, which we just dropped in the chat there? Should they find the location? Like, what are the steps if they want to maybe take a tour, or if there's deals for them to get a month or two?
Yeah, you can go to IWG's website. And you can look around the world in your neighborhoods and look at all of our different locations. And we offer different products. I would encourage people not to be intimidated by saying, oh, it's a big company, I have to have all this space, I have to have all this money. No, we provide products for all type of business. We want to be partners with all businesses, small startups, Fortune 500 companies. We have something for everybody. So if you're just getting started and don't want to, people coming to your house looking at your address, you can buy a mailbox. If you want to just drop into lounges, we have membership, opportunities, whether you pay or don't pay, and you want to pay as you go, a la carte. You can come and visit our centers that way. If you're growing business and you want to spend a couple days in the office, we have a virtual office product where you can have your, use our address for mail and have your phones answered and come in and do interviews or use the office a couple days a month. So we have so many different products that we can offer that start out at zero, that you don't have any money out of your pocket and you can use as you need it. And if you're a growing business and you need office space, we that's our specialty as well. We have full-time office spaces, 24/7 access with reception and, and security and 24 hours, security on internet. So we have a little something for everybody. And if you're a Fortune 500 company and you want to open in Egypt tomorrow, we can accommodate you. So it's a little bit for everybody.
Perfect. Last question here. On a high level, I mean, how many cities are you in terms of even just like Regis or spaces? You probably got the world covered. What are the numbers real quick?
Yeah, from a global perspective, I couldn't tell you the cities, but from a global perspective, we have over 3,500 locations around the world. And in terms of cities, I don't have that exact number, but pretty much all the countries, we have spaces or locations in most of the countries throughout the world.
Got it.
3,500 locations in North America. We have 1,200 locations.
Perfect. Well, thank you. And hey, everyone. I mean, that's definitely, there's a high probability that there's a location close to you, and especially in the city that you want to work in. Hey, given that we're a lot more remote and virtual and mobile now, like if you travel to a city, definitely consider that. That's what I've been doing for the last few years, actually. And, as I'm in a city, I'm looking up, is spaces around? Is there an opportunity to swing into a place for a few days? So, Michael, I want to thank you so much for joining us, for supporting the early stage entrepreneurship and being there for the community.
No, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, great. Thank you. I'm going to drop you off and we're going to keep moving here. So have a good rest of your evening.
All right. Thanks for having me.
So awesome. So awesome. Hey, we can't do this without the partners in the community that help entrepreneurship help it run, right? And this is what it's all about. So, whether it's, community spaces or our next partner here, Aloha. So excited to have David here, and we're going to talk about building products, building apps, what the opportunities are, what the concepts here for when we move into the next year. David, what's going on? How are you today?
Doing well, Nick. Happy to be here.
Oh, welcome so much, man. So awesome. First of all, where are you chiming in from?
So I'm actually I'm chiming in from Colombia. I'm living the digital nomad life, and I bought a one-way ticket, and I'm living in Colombia now. I was originally from Chicago.
Dude, love it. That's one of the areas that I haven't hit yet in the world. I mean, actually, there's
Gotta
a lot.
come down.
Can't wait. So excited here. Tell us a little bit about the company, and then we're going to talk a little bit about product development, some ideas and thoughts going into this new year.
Yeah. So Aloha, we are a platform for outsourcing software development for startups. You kind of think of us as software outsourcing infrastructure as a service. So we got into the space because we ourselves were a young startup looking to expand our dev team, and it was an absolute nightmare trying to access cost-efficient and predictable software. And outsourcing. When I say outsourcing, I know Founders Live is a global community. So outsourcing in the sense of many times U.S. companies who are looking to build software outside of the U.S. A lot of instability, and it doesn't necessarily have a good reputation. And so we really studied and fall in love with the pain points, the problems. How do we create a world where anyone can innovate freely? So our approach, we have vetted through over 15,000 firms around the world. We've qualified just 12 so far to be within our network. So we have a trusted network of firms that we contract out to. And then built our own project management tool. So anyone, even on technicals, can manage, interact with their dev team, makes it very simple, easy to communicate. Payment platforms, so you don't have to deal with international taxes or exchange rates, transaction fees, things like that. And then a strategist, someone from Aloha who's in the States, get to know you as a business, match you with the right firm, and then we're here to help out if you have any problems, questions, to help facilitate that relationship.
That's awesome. There's a lot of founders that are watching today, a lot of entrepreneurs, early stage companies, they have an idea, but they don't necessarily have the dev talent to get that product up and running. What ideas or what solutions are there for them? And, obviously being a little more cost, conscious. Let's talk a little bit about that. What is, from your standpoint, what are the options if a startup wants to get going? They haven't get that concept, that first version, kind of a little more than the MVP, not a prototype. Like, let's get that first working product. What are the options out there?
Yeah, it's a good question. So we're a really mission-driven company. And, again, our mission is to create a world where anyone can innovate freely. We felt these pain points. We were a startup there, and we focus on startups. That's kind of, who we have spent our time focusing on. And one of my favorite parts of my job is I'll actually first try to do everything I can to see how can you do what you need to do without using us, right? Do it on your own. Do it in a more cost-efficient way. And so the very first thing that I would say is see if there's any no-code tools, see if there's any platforms that you can license for a lower cost that you can use as that first version, first iteration, that you can then gather that feedback on. If you don't have to spend money to build out custom dev, don't do it. That's definitely not something that, don't just throw money just to throw money. And so there's plenty of tools. There's, bubble.io and some other no-code platforms that are heavily used. And so that's definitely something to look into. But if you get to that point where, you need to go beyond those capabilities, then something that you can do is, you can always reach out to us, and that's something that we can always help out with. And even if we aren't a good fit, we're kind of obsessed with startups, and we're here to help any way we can and go through that conversation. And what we'll essentially do is we'll talk about your product, figure out where you're at, what's your business problem, what's the technology looking to solve. It's not just about building technology, it's about really understanding what's the business problem that you're trying to solve. Give you our thoughts, think about how should you really be structuring the user story, the flows, what are convenience features, what are instrumental features, what do you actually need for version 1, what can you maybe push out to version 2? Do you need to be launched in 4 months, or do you need to be launched under a certain budget? Let's learn about your different constraints, and then we'll give you our recommendation. And whether you go with us or not, it's always our goal just to provide value in any way we can.
Yeah. Well, and let's even talk about let's take a step back. I mean, even we as a team have this idea, and look, I hear it all the time, being the founder and the CEO of Founders Live, I hear it a lot where they have, hey, I got this idea, or there should be an app that does this. What would you suggest they do before they even spend any time, money, or effort building a product? What are some good ways to test out or get started figuring out if they actually even should build that product?
So I have a very straightforward answer here. I highly recommend checking out the book called The Mom Test. It is the absolute gold standard, in my opinion, for customer discovery and actually figuring out, validating your product idea. What it essentially walks through is that when you go and do, conventional manners of customer discovery, you're really priming people. Human nature, we don't want to hurt people's feelings. And so we're always going to play to people's egos. And if you go to a friend or go to whoever and say, hey, I have this idea, this is what I'm working on, this is what I do, this is what I'm doing, and you show all this excitement, people are going to be a little bit more sensitive to giving you their honest feedback. What the Mom Test does is it says the conventional methods of customer discovery and how you ask questions are not the proper way to go about it. You're essentially wasting your questions and you're wasting those resources. And what the Mom Test says is you can ask questions in a certain way where you can ask it to your mom, and even she's going to give you her honest feedback, even though she's your mom. And so that's where you got to start. Don't sink money into something that you haven't built that validation for. That's one of the biggest mistakes that startups make, is that they think that they have this product market fit before they've actually really identified what the true fit is. And oftentimes it's just one little feature that is really what people are really drawn into, and everything else is just kind of flash and lights that help emphasize that. And so you really have to hone in, figure out, is what you're building something that people actually need? Is it actually solving a problem? And if that answer is yes, after going through the Mom Test, if that answer is still yes, then let's take those next steps and thinking about, okay, how do we build this product out in the most cost-efficient manner?
Yeah, love the Mom Test.
Yep.
I may or may not have failed that one in my past, and she may or may be watching and laughing at this point. But it's a really, really good thought process of paring it down and really getting to that. The whole point is, what's the value proposition? And secondly, the problem solution set. And, it should not take a rocket scientist to fully understand even the problem solution. And then, that falls into what's the value proposition? Why should I use this? Why should I buy it? Right. So exactly. I like that. Awesome. Well, real quick here, and we don't have too much time. So kind of last thoughts here is, as we go into 2022, we're already talking about New Year, and this thing flew by. As we come out of the pandemic, what do you see right now that excites you, or that are some movements in the market that are worth talking about? Just, I don't know, what's on the top of your mind?
I really love the no code community that's really popping up and getting a lot stronger. No code development is a tool. It's an asset. It's something that can help strengthen your development. It's something that can help free up your core developers' time. So your core developers don't have to be working on those more minute tasks. They can be working on more of the complicated components that you can't really solve with no code. And so it's a really, really strong asset. And if you know how to use it properly, you can really use it to your advantage to slim down your costs and slim down the time and effort. And you can even use it for that initial iteration of product, right? So you validated your idea. Now you use these no code tools to build out that first version. So now you've only spent $1,000 or a few thousand or even $100 to build out that initial product MVP to iterate on. Before you have to be sinking, tens of thousands of dollars, whatever it is, to build out the actual, full version 1. Look into no code. Definitely use it to your advantage. It doesn't solve everything. You still need custom software for certain components. No code does have different limitations here and there, but use it as much as you can. It's such an asset, and you can use it to your advantage. And it just it's a startup's best friend. If you ever any questions, we at Allo, we're always happy to chat. Again, for us, it's not really about, if you schedule time with us, it's not about having to move forward in any way. We just love providing value. We love talking shop, and happy to help the Founders Live community to the best of our ability.
Thank you so much. And we really, really appreciate your partnership. We appreciate what you do for the community and for all entrepreneurs that are engaging with you and what you build. And also, you've built a network of developers and partners as well. So, I mean, I think I love your your company's angle of how you're navigating the world and bringing in talent. So love it, man.
Appreciate it very much.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Have a good rest of your evening.
Thanks.
All right. So great. So great. We love our community partners here, and we have one more that we're very excited to talk about. We're going to talk about financial tips and tricks. This is important for you all out there as you're building your company. You got to think about the accounting, the finances, the investment that you're looking at. So we're going to bring on Bill and John. Bill from Now CFO, John from Now Capital Advisors. They are on here. Bill and John, welcome to the program. Bill, you're on mute. I can see that.
I appreciate that. I'm in a coffee shop, so hopefully it's not too loud or echoey here. So,
no problem.
You need to go to Spaces, yeah.
All right. So, Bill, quickly give a quick introduction of yourself and Now CFO.
Yeah, my name is Bill Sablon. I'm a partner with Now CFO, and we provide outsourced operational accounting. So what that means is it's CFOs, it's controllers, it's bookkeeping, it's really all of your accounting and finance needs on a part-time project or interim basis. So really the beauty of that is whatever your needs are from an accounting standpoint, we can kind of fit the right solution for you.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much. And, John there, share a little bit about yourself and Now Capital Partners.
Yeah, so Now Capital Partners kind of started to support the Now CFO family in doing cap raise, mergers and acquisitions, exits, different things, but it's really grown also into capital road mapping. So starting with the end in mind, and being really, really conscious, the same way if you're being conscious, about carbon neutrality or about how you're structuring contracts, we're thinking about what makes that exit the biggest at the end. And there's huge differences based on things like cancellations in contracts, how you've set up commission structures, all kinds of things that could be tens of millions different if this thing catches fire. That you're not thinking about, as well as some things we work with Bill directly on thinking about entities. Don't have a C Corp that owns an LLC and think you're going to sell the LLC off as an asset sale. Boom, double taxation. So just starting from day one, assuming you're going to be successful and getting the biggest valuation possible.
Yeah. And, on that note, I think just kind of starting out here, what should founders be thinking about from the financial standpoint? And, John, from your angle about, just even the capital structure and investment, what would you say is kind of the main number one biggest decision to think about when founders are actually forming and starting their company?
Yeah. Your number one thing is going to be your business model. So if you have a business model where you're constantly chasing cliffs, and you have a sales funnel that has to be incredibly robust, you're going to get a lower valuation. You're going to spend a lot there. If you have a monthly recurring model, your valuations can go from 0.8 or, a couple multiple on EBITDA to 15, 20x on the same amount of revenue based upon how recurring that revenue is and how contracts are written. So we're thinking about that on the capital side. And then on the business structure side, we're thinking about little things like, am I going to be chasing receivables all the time? Or have I set it up where the partner that I sell off to has to chase the last 10% of the receivable kind of thing? Just thinking about structure. Yep.
Nice. And Bill, I want to flip that for you. And as companies are really getting started, what would you suggest from like the financial, really the accounting standpoint, making sure that things are, ducks are in a row, if you will? What would you suggest that startups and founding teams should really be thinking about?
Yeah, the big thing that we tell people all the time is you probably didn't start a business to do accounting work. But what you need to get kind of in your mind is this mindset about what accounting and your financial statements, what that actually can do for you. we try and kind of change that mindset from a financial accounting standpoint to a management accounting standpoint. So financial accounting means, it's your bookkeeping, it's making sure your taxes, your tax returns get filed, and it's all this sort of compliance side of things. But within those books is a wealth of information for you. If you could take that information and actually use it to run your business, to make smart business decisions, you're going to be way ahead of the curve, as far as getting things started. I'll give you one quick example. Budgeting. Everyone knows or thinks they know, what a budget is. It's what you can spend. But what a budget really is it's your roadmap to success. So, we're here December 1st, 2021. Start thinking about 2022. Hopefully everybody's got a 2022 budget, at least the first draft, kind of in their hand right now. And the way that we approach it is, again, start with that end in mind. What is your profit goal at the end of the year? Or maybe what's your loss goal? If you're just getting started, you can say, hey, I can afford to lose $50,000 this year because we've got, X, Y, and Z. If your goal is to only lose $50,000, that's where your starting point of your budget is. And then you start factoring in incoming money, and you say, okay, I'm going to bring in $200,000 this first year. Well, that means I can spend $250,000. And now you've got an idea of what can I use that $250,000 on different things. You start allocating it to the most appropriate, the highest priorities for your business. And you start to get really strategic about what you're spending your money on, where you're bringing money in. And as long as you follow that and you stay up to date every single month, at the end of the year, you hit your goals or exceed them. So it's just changing that mindset from thinking accounting is what I have to do to just make sure that my taxes get paid and this and that. Actually use it to run your business.
Perfect. Yeah, look, and I can speak from, personal experience that we have been working together with, Founders Live and now CFO, not only as a partnership around the community, but, we've been working closely together and you've been helping us with that. And I can tell you all that, it is absolutely the best decision in terms of just knowing where you're at now and then knowing where you need to be by the end of the year. And then, actually having a 13-week outlook pretty much all the time. So, we really, really appreciate, you, Bill, and then now CFO being not only a partner, but really an advisor for Founders Live as we move forward. So I can just say thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So John, I want to give you the last word here, for, just as we turn 2021, we turn into 2022, interesting times. We don't know where things are going to go. I personally think it's a bit, we're frothy, and it's kind of like the valuations I'm seeing every single day is insane. And in terms of the valuations on, the funding rounds, what should, last words here to encourage startup founders as they turn in, whether they're, a seed stage or going into Series A?
Yeah, so both, whether you have the chance to be raising now or you feel like you missed it, it's not really like that. It's right now, super frothy and on fire. But as we go down the road, you're going to have better metrics anyways. So it's kind of, if it's the time right now and you have good metrics and you're looking at a valuation that makes sense to start giving away equity, let's strike. But you're not going to miss out on anything, because if you build in that recurring and it's 15x what it was going to be previous, we really need to give you milestones and hold you accountable to those. You are not going to miss anything if you can significantly improve with all of your team and think about the structure of your business. So either way, you're good.
Perfect. And, Bill, last words here.
I just want to reiterate, no matter what your needs are, from accounting and finance standpoint, certainly now CFO is here to help. Bookkeeping, CFO work, controller work, all of this stuff, it kind of fit into your budget, what makes sense for you. We're here to help. I'm always open to talking to founders and, just having a conversation about, where they're at, where they want to go. kind of just a no pressure meeting. So, feel free to reach out to me at any time.
Awesome. Perfect. And we've dropped the information into the chat. There's also information in the attendee gift package that you all you can find in there, as well as receive in an email. So please reach out. We encourage you to do that because look, it's helping us. I'm sure that they can help you as well. So thank you both. Enjoy the rest of your evening tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
All right. So nice. We really, really appreciate our partners there. And, look, everyone, we just brought in co-working and office space, ideas around that, ideas around product development and how you want to think about building out your products going forward into the next year. And then now the financial aspect of how you should think about approaching the next year around finances, accounting, and even investment. So there you go. Everything is solved, right? So, but we want to, that's what our partner, that's what the community does with Founders Live. There's pretty much an answer to almost every question you can have. If you think about between 75 and 100,000 people around the world, someone's going to have an answer for you. So, consider that in thinking about the Founders Live community when you do have a challenge and a problem. All right. So one thing I want to mention here, presenters, please, I'm typing this here. We seem to be missing a few of our presenters. We need you in the waiting room. Please, Zestify and Dikla Jerka from Indonesia, we need you in the waiting room. If you're watching here, please go in the waiting room just so we can make sure you're here. So that's a public service announcement for you all. We need to make sure that we have all of our presenters in that area. So thank you so much. All right. We are continuing on. We're almost ready for our Founders Livefest pitch competition, but we have a keynote that I'm excited to give to you. I'm excited to talk about the next year and what we are looking forward to with what is going on with Founders Live. There are announcements that are important. We're excited for you to be here to hear them. So what we're talking about here is what can we expect as the community for 22 and beyond? What is there for you all to take advantage of as we roll forward? So we are excited to announce a number of things that are going to be created and released here in the next few weeks, if not the early months of 2022. So we are going to have, in terms of when you look at the Founders Live ecosystem, pretty much all of this is going to be improved or really enhanced, redeployed. So in terms of website, social media, we got YouTube channel there. We have our community, and this is going to be a new community. I'm excited. I'm going to touch on that in a second. But the community involves these areas of access and groups and talks. Then we have our events. Of course, this is one of them, right? But we have our city events. We have our prime time. We then now are excited to bring out the Academy. That is really around our founder training, education, and courses. I'll touch on those in a second. Then we have our new collectibles and NFTs, our digital assets, the new things that you're hearing that you might even wonder, what the heck are those? I'm not sure what those letters mean. We're gonna review these, right? But when you look at the content, Founders Live, from these events to all of our content that we create, we are excited to launch a new website on January 1st, where you'll be able to find more of the content collected in a better way. That will be founderslive.com. So we are going to shift and move some of those things in the community. But when you look at the new website, we're excited to have all that information there. More startup, founder, and community content for you to help you become a better entrepreneur, for help you to be educated and inspired. So educational talks, the academy that we're talking about. So we are excited to have all that content. When you look at the community, The community, we are excited to announce that we are going to shift our community from the Mighty Networks platform that it is right now into and onto the Discord platform. And we will have a global community access from anywhere in the world where people can connect, join. There will be channels specifically for different cities. There will be channels specifically for different countries, specifically for different regions. We want you all to feel comfortable engaging in the community and in your specific community. And we believe that the access, the Discord community will be best suited for that. There will be free access. There will also be premium areas, which I'm going to touch on in a second. There will be talks, chats, group sessions. And when you look at our premium membership, we're now set. We've been preparing for a while. It's taken a little longer than we hoped, but we're excited to now roll out our premium paid membership. There's an area within Discord community that's only for those members. There's also the biggest heart of the paid premium Founders Live membership is we are teaching you all how to be better entrepreneurs through our Founders Live Academy and an accelerator. So as this moves forward, it's not necessarily a traditional accelerator, but this will help you become better entrepreneurs. And these are premium trainings. These are education. So if you're sitting here saying, yes, I want to be better as an entrepreneur, I want to grow my company, we will have all of that training. Then you'll have access to the premium deals and, through the Founders Live marketplace, we're really going to start building that out going into next year. Things that not other people can access, only you as a paid premium member. That goes for $55 a month. That's US, $55 or $600 a year. You'll be able to pay that, with normal card, credit card or debit card, put that on there, and it's a monthly or a yearly transaction. We will talk about some other ideas around that in a second. But finally, we're excited in terms of our global events to roll out in-person hybrid events. It's been a few years, right? And we've been hanging on. Some of our cities have been testing it out. So we will fully roll out our hybrid events going into next year, revamp our cities, expansion to new cities. So that 85 cities will continue to grow, but there's a lot of cities that have been quiet recently. And we're going to revamp those with the new model, getting back into in-person. You see the primetime events for 2022 as well. We'll drop that link in there that we already have the Founders Livefest event for 2022. You can get your tickets. We'll drop that link in there. But then our special events and fun experiments through the ecosystem. The Founders Live Academy is new. We're really, really excited about that. This is, again, the accelerator to teach entrepreneurs how to grow and be more successful. You'll see there that, it's training, education, courses, groups, hitting product development, sales, marketing, leadership, branding, operations and management, funding and investment strategies. These will be courses. These will be trainings. These will be content to help you become better. We're so excited to launch that in January. And more importantly, we're going to hear from some of the internal team on what they feel and how they are excited about the Academy as well. So here we go.
Hey guys, we just wanted to let you know about the next Founders Live Academy, going to be hosted by Gary and myself. My name is Alex Resnick. I am the president of Evolve Leadership.
And I am Gary Malcolm with Key Growth Coaching and Consulting. Really excited. Founders Live Academy, essential education for the modern entrepreneur.
That's right. So whether your startup has been around for years or you're still in early stage product development, Founders Live Academy is your dedicated training resource for everything you need to know to launch and scale your business. But hey, in the meantime, we're going to be launching the Founders Live free training series, which is every first and third Thursday of the month. Again, every first and third Thursday of the month, where we're going to be covering topics that are essential to helping you grow your business. So whether that's sales and leadership, finance, marketing, product development, each time is going to be dedicated to an important topic you're going to need to scale your business.
And what's really great is this is interactive. You're going to be practicing and learning and actually doing something on the court with us, right? So it's a really fantastic way to do this. So the first and third Thursday of each month Find us on the Founders Live LinkedIn page for events and also founderslive.com. Look forward to seeing you at our next training.
Thanks, guys.
We are so excited about the Academy and what it can do for you all entrepreneurs out there. This is, again, a premium paid experience for serious entrepreneurs. We're going to roll it out, and we're going to include that as well in our collectibles, which we'll hit on in a second. But we are excited to launch our NFTs and collectibles, the company colors, the city tokens, event tokens, and our community coin. Look, why is this important? This is important because we are a global ecosystem and economy. We are, if you think about tonight, today, we have startups and founders from these countries around the world. 5 different countries are represented. You all out there watching, you're from different parts of the world. How are you supposed to actually do business? Especially through the Founders Live ecosystem. So we need to equalize financial access and economics. What we need is actually a unified currency and value exchange to help people, startups, companies, and professionals actually more easily do business. That's what we see as becoming a better global community for you all around there. So we are rolling this out. We are announcing today the Founders Live company colors. These company colors, yes, they are NFTs. That means a non-fungible token. What we don't want you to do is get wrapped up in what do those words mean? What company colors we have released. These are specifically made right now for the presenting startups from the Primetime series. So there's 25 startups plus Founders Live. So there's 26 different choices for the company colors. And we're really, really excited that we have released these. They are available only a limited time. They are available until the end of the year. There is 99 only created. That's it, 99. And you can get one. What does that mean? Well, first of all, you'll see the price there. It's roughly about $130 US. That price fluctuates a little bit in US dollars because it is ETH, and there is some steps there to take to purchase it. But these company colors, this token, essentially think about it as a key to get you into different areas and experiences. By purchasing this, essentially you get that premium membership. Look, it's $600 United States dollar, USD, $600. You get it for $130. You get all of that that's included for $130, and you also get a hold the token. These, if you choose a startup and you think, and especially one that might be pitching tonight, if you want to hold their company colors, of course, that gives you access within the Founders Live ecosystem, but it also has you supporting that startup, and maybe they end up becoming more successful over time. And that token, since it's very limited in nature, could possibly become more valuable. So that's a thought there, but you'll see in that writing, it's a little small, but you get, by purchasing a Founders Live company colors token, essentially that is you joining the premium membership. And you get all what's included in addition to holding this company colors, all in our full access to our platform, our resources, the academy, the education. Like, you're basically getting it for $130 versus $600. If someone chooses to purchase 3 or more, you get those privileges for 2 years, not just 1. So through the end of 2023, a holder of all 26, they basically are internal part of our team. They're sitting at the table making decisions with us during our quarterly meetings. It's amazing. That is almost the equivalent of an investor. So again, company colors, you'll see it nft.founderslive.com. We are excited for that. Again, if you remember anything tonight, $600 of value for $130. That is ending at the end of the year. Let me repeat that. If you want anything of the training and education, all of the great things that Founders Live is offering, especially going into next year, all the training, making you a better entrepreneur, you can either spend $130 right now, or you can spend $600 after January. So we are excited to offer you this. That's 80% off. Guys, look at that. These NFTs are essentially digital keys to get you into unique spaces and experiences. So in addition to the company colors, we're announcing the Startup Supporter Token. This is a small token. I support startups. We're excited about that. These are offered for roughly $7 US, not too expensive there. And, all the purchases here, again, go towards the Founders Livefest Winners Prize. In addition to, with all the company colors sales, we are taking 10% of those sales and providing that to the winners package of tonight. So that includes the company colors as well as a Startup Supporter Token. We're also we've released the POAP. So POAP means proof of attendance. That is essentially a token that you can get for any one of these events. We're going to start dropping these tokens. When you attend an event, you'll be able to grab this little token. They're for free. We're not, these aren't, being paid for. We've given them to you for free for simply showing up and attending the event, and you can collect them through Founders Live events. Tonight, each POAP that you collect, if you've collected them through the LiveFest experience, we are going to do a raffle as well for the by anyone that wants to grab one of the day one pictures that we're offering, those one of 5 there, not the full day one, but I'll touch on it in a second. We're going to do a drawing that you can enter. So we're going to send you an email. You grab your POAP, and that's simply, providing your email and then connecting your wallet. And you now have this like digital token that will enter you. You can enter into a drawing to win one of those day ones that are valued at $2,500. We're so excited about that. Speaking of the day one, so we also have rolled out a really fun project here through these NFTs. This picture, everyone, was taken March 28th, 2014, the very first event of Founders Live. That was in Seattle. And this is, if you look up day1.founderslive.com, you can find it. We are releasing this special picture. This is the original version of the picture. We've put it onto the blockchain. It is an NFT. Anyone that holds this specific token, someone that wants to purchase it, the holder essentially is the equivalent of an investor in Founders Live, in the sense that they have the opportunity to participate in our meetings, make decisions, and help guide Founders Live further and be more successful. So we have created a reverse auction. It's called a Dutch auction. Right now, the price is roughly about $50,000 US. It's dropping every single second. Basically, the price will drop all the way to the end of the year or someone purchasing it. So if you want to hold a very, very special historic picture of Founders Live, and if you want to be an inside partner, inside person, a part of our team, helping us make decisions to guide Founders Live, this is yours. Grab it. You can even go on the page and you can make us an offer. So even if it's at $50,000 US right now, that's going to go down. But you can go on there and say, hey, what about 3 ETH, which turns out to be like 8,000 or 9,000, actually maybe $10,000 US, 2 ETH, whatever you want to suggest to us, we will think about and accept that choice. So if you're interested in holding the day one, that's the only one in the world, then take part in that. We also made a different rendition of this. We're calling this the Inspiration Edition of the day one. You'll see there's a little statement there that I've made, and I've signed it as well. And there's 5 of these, the new signature series that we've created. These are on sale for 0.5 ETH, so roughly about $2,500. We are giving 2 out today. So as I said earlier in the show, go to Twitter. If you find us on Twitter and you like that tweet, you retweet it, and you follow us, we will choose someone that we will give this this NFT to for free. $2,500 value. We'll give it to you for free for just simply liking, retweeting, and following us on Twitter before the end of the event. All right. And we are also crowdsourcing, all the sales that come from these company colors. We are excited that up to 10% of our digital asset sales will go to supporting the winner's prize, which we've determined is $3,000 for any, or up to $3,000 for any of the participants, and then up to $13,000 US for the winner. And that, again, is if we sell them all out. So it's important that we sell these company colors so we can help support these founders that are participating here. So we're really excited about this. We're really excited about you joining us in this expansion and in this growth. And please check this out. If you're interested in the NFTs, in the digital assets, right there, nft.founderslive.com. Check them out, purchase them, be a part of our future. These things, the opportunity, the utility and the access, the special gifts that these NFTs received are not going to be given to other NFTs or other holders after the end of the year. Again, if you remember, $600 for $130. If you're serious about participating within Founders Live, you want to be a better entrepreneur, we have that training and education. You can get it for 80% off before the end of the year. After Jan 1st, you're gonna have to pay the regular amount. So keep that in mind as you are engaging with that. All right. Well, everyone, this is awesome, and I want to bring up. We have a special guest, or we have a special moment here that I want to bring up Mike again. So, Mike, get ready to get back on stage here real quick. But before we do, I need to make an announcement again. So we are having a bit of an issue. We need Asan, if you're watching, Asan, we need you to come into the waiting room for the founders. We're a bit concerned that we're missing Asan, and we're also missing Yutando from Indonesia. We have two founders that I've been told that we have I'm not sure which one we have, so I'm communicating with our back channel here, but we will get that. But we are right about to start our pitch competition. But all right, so Mike, if you're ready, if you can get back on your camera, I want to share some important aspects of, as we roll Founders Live, as we build Founders Live, as you heard earlier, we've created these core values, and growing Founders Live is an important, it's just an important work in the world. We continue to impact people around the world, and we have an award that we give out, and I'm going to explain it a little bit, and then I'm going to bring up our recipient. So the Mater Award is an award that is given to a person that is an exemplary leader who lives out selflessly and shares the Founders Live core values for the betterment of those around them. The Mater Award was named for Dale Metter that helped me create the core values. He is a coach of mine that actually sat me down and asked me a number of questions that resulted in our core values, the ones that I spoke to you earlier. And I'm going to bring up our recipient and winner of the Mater Award for 2021. And we have Mike Venturi. Mike, congratulations. You are the Mater Award winner for this year.
I didn't expect it.
I know you didn't. I know you did not expect it.
Any clue at all?
Oh, dude, I know you didn't expect it, and this is just something that I wanted to share with you, and I wanted to bring you on stage.
Wow.
I wanted to let you know that
This is so
everyone
awesome.
in the world, and I want everyone to know this, that this, Mike as an individual about a year ago came on to our team and really stepped up, and you have been the example of not just a city leader, but the holding the core values and leading people for the right reasons. And Mike, I just want to say thank you and provide you the award that was started literally 6-7 years ago when we created the core values. That's where everything started, and now you hold that position. So I want to give you some let's see, I'm going to remove this. And I want to just allow you to share a little bit of your words and thoughts about, how do you feel right now?
Wait, I'm all out of words now, speechless. Wait, you didn't tell me at all. So I don't have any clue about this award. So yeah, really excited. But anyway, thank you so much, Nick. Thank you so much, because this is a pleasure, a great honor for me to join this global community. And yeah, you teach me a lot of things. You give me a lot of advice about running this Founders Life to expand to another country, and not to mention Indonesia. I even, when we started last year, I have no imagination what will become this 2021. So not to mention before, when I was starting Founders Life, I haven't running any event at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 2021 we just exponentially we grow up. So it's really exciting, because I always holding up to this four core value that you spreading out all over the world. So it's really excited. I'm so honored. And I don't know. I have to tell.
Yeah.
I'm all out of words.
Well, look, this is why we do this, and I appreciate it. And, I think it's important to recognize when people do not just good work, like when people do great work. And look, we have a number of our city leaders here, and, Kajenwa's in here, and, she has done such a great job as well. And, recognizing great work. But for you, look, how many cities, just to put it in context, how many cities are we talking about now that Founders Live is in Indonesia?
Right now, 25, and then we will next city in Jayapura we will onboarding this month, so we're getting about 26 cities. My target is 30 cities, although I mentioned before last year that we are targeting 20, but now we are going to 30 cities. So
but look, just in 1 year bringing in 25 cities, that's just it's amazing. And so this award is just well deserved for you, and the time you put in and the energy.
Thank you.
And look, man, it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning.
Yep.
We got a lot going on.
This is just beginning.
It is. And at some point I'll get over there in Indonesia, and we'll work on some stuff, and we'll continue to build.
Yeah.
But for today, man, I really just want to say thank you, and you are the winner of this award for this year. You've been such a great model and a great leader in Founders Live.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Nick.
All right. So this is so great. So thank you, Mike, and we'll bring you back here soon. So just stay tuned, and excited to see you again. All right. Woo! That was incredibly special.
The Mater Award is something that just is meaningful to me and obviously meaningful to anyone that receives it. So we thank Mike and we thank his leadership. We are getting started now as it is showtime. And we are now, I know it's been a while. We've gone through our conversations. We've made announcements. We have heard from community partners, and now it is showtime. And we are excited to hold our Founders Livefest finals pitch competition. We have 5 incredible entrepreneurs from around the world. Look at that. Look at those countries. This does not happen very often, everyone. This is a global competition. We have people from various, regions, our 5 regions of the world. And really excited. That is the lineup there for this event. And you can see the road to Founders Livefest. These individuals had to pitch at their city event. They won their city event. They actually qualified into the primetime competition. They actually had to get votes to qualify to pitch. They pitched at their regional qualification, their regional primetime event a couple weeks ago. They won that event and now they're here. And how great is that? So excited. So this is how we will vote, everyone. We have QR codes. We've got links down below the box. We only count votes after all the pitches are complete. So please don't vote early. And just so you know, like, we only count them when everything is complete in terms of the pitches and it's the voting time. And you can scan that. It'll take you to the pitch, the form, and you can get that done. Again, we are crowdfunding up to $25,000 USD for all these presenters, and the winner gets a majority of that. We're excited. That means the company colors need to be purchased, though, everyone. You know, there's not going to be a winner's package if no company colors and tokens are purchased through December to the end of the year. So that's a note to if you want to help these founders, if you want to grow this, then make sure that you're checking those out and purchasing those. So you as the audience, we want you to engage and ask questions. I have to be honest here, everyone, and it's a bit quiet in our comments. And I'm just going to type here, hello, where are you all? It's a bit quiet here. This is Livefest, everyone. Come on. So we want you to participate. We're looking for you to be accepted into, we're looking for you to comment, ask questions, ask a question to that founder that you have a question for them to answer. We want you involved here, everyone. So please ask the questions. You will see those pop up, right? So with that, the chat is where you ask those questions. We want you to be involved. We want you to engage with that. Please help us make that. So what we're going to do is each founder gets 99 seconds for their pitch, and then 4 minutes of questions with you and us on stage. So we are ready, and we have our first presenter of the night. Zestify comes from Los Angeles. We are excited for Asan to join us from Los Angeles, USA. This is the winner from our primetime event in North America. Asan, if you can hear me, please make sure that you share your screen so we can pop up your slides. Really excited to get you going here. Asan comes from Los Angeles. Asan won the Founders Live North America event when we had this event in early or kind of mid-October. There we go. Asan, welcome to the show. What's up, Asan?
Hey, everyone. Good.
Awesome. And, so Kajenwar, if you can hear me, we're going to bring you in for the questions, but we're going to get Asan moving here. Actually, I see Kajenwar there, so we're going to pop her on and have her say hi. Kajenwar, what's up again?
What's up? What's going on? It's been a tight show. Listen, man, I learned so much. So much about the mom test and the now CFO and the company colors, honey. I'm trying to get my Coinbase wallet together so I can make a purchase.
As we all are. So yeah, look at this. We're gonna pop this on. So excited. You know, we got people jumping in here from Indonesia. Angie there, another one of our city leaders. So awesome. But Kajanwa, so I'm gonna pop off and get things ready. You lead Asan into preparing and getting ready to jump into his pitch. I got the time, and then we'll pop back on and we'll address questions when he is done. All right?
Sounds great. Awesome. Awesome, Asan. Well, welcome to Founders Livefest. You know, we go long and we go hard. And as we say, if you've got the money, I have got the time, honey. And I know that you are a financial wizard, helping us save and find money in little pockets and underneath the couch. So please, can you talk to us about Zestify? I know you're coming from the country of California, and I will call it a country.
I'll call it a country.
So please, if you would, take it away.
Oh, okay. Hi, we are Zestify. You, me, we know a guy. That guy who bought a nice car, then stressed out from the cost and repairs plus everything else in life. That was me. We know a woman loving the home she bought, then stressed from the cost to own it, repair it, maintain it, payments. And we know a guy who lost his job and stressed out about his savings. That was me. We are building a service to guide you in life. And we're starting with a smart shopping planner where you can buy smarter and grow financially. Prototype, powered by AI. You can explore what you would like, from experiences to cars. You could see preferences on the cars, create your financial profile. You see great results with when and how you can afford them, all in one place, including your financial goals. And people who are trying this prototype feel confident, hopeful, smarter, and curious. It's about a $7 billion market in the US. We're targeting millennials who shop online and care about their money, and that's a lot of people. Go to Zestify.com to get on our wait list so you can try our prototype. I'm Asan, the founder. Marilah semua, vamos todos. Thank you very much.
I love it. I love it. What was it? Marilah semua?
Marilah semua. Come on,
Marilah
everyone.
semua.
Yeah,
what does it
Marilah
mean?
semua. It means, come on, everyone. Join the journey.
I like it. I like that. I like that. Thank you so much. Yes, I would like to come along, and I would like to know from you, how best can we integrate Zestify into our daily lives? I'm talking about adoption.
Ooh, well, we just started let's call it a soft launch of the prototype, and people are playing with it. It's not available yet for anyone on the globe to use because we want to see how that goes first. But in the next few days, it's going to be globally available. So in terms of adoption, it's not there yet as a real product. But one of the speakers mentioned product market fit. That's one of the concerns I have, and I want to make sure that this is right for people to use and it actually helps with their life.
Who would be, Isan, the best demographic and psychographic for Zestify currently?
Yeah. So initially I thought big, like, oh, everyone. But then, no, I started doing surveys and I noticed, wait a second, there are certain groups of people and they tend to hover around people who are working professionals, who care about their money, might not necessarily know exactly how to buy something wisely. Like, the examples I gave there, it's no joke. I know people who've made like $300,000, $400,000 and they buy this great car and it's really fancy, but then they were not able to account for the extra costs of using it, of maintaining it. And I don't blame them because that's a lot of data to deal with. And instead, what Zestify wants to do is build that place for you where the experience is you just create your financial profile manually or linking it, and then we show you based on the things you're interested in, a car, a home, a vacation, and so on.
Got it. Got it. Dana has a question, and that is, how exactly does the product work?
So at the core of the product, is an automated financial planner. And it's a custom-built AI algorithm that, at this point, I made. And ultimately, what it does is it tries to learn what your preferences are, what you like, what your interests are. Like when you go on Netflix and Netflix doesn't know anything about you, they try to learn based on what you like, what shows you like. So we're kind of like that. What do you like? This car, that vacation, okay. And then from there, we get an idea of what your finances are without needing like crazy details about your finances, just enough. And then from there, we forecast like crazy. We make predictions and simulations all in the back end. And it ultimately outputs, here's the amount you should have in emergency savings. Here's the amount you should have in your retirement plan. And then what's left over, that lifetime leftover cash, is what we guide and what we show in terms of what you can afford and what fits you well.
Great. Excellent. Talk to me a little bit more, Isan, about the business model. How does Zestify make money? How do you quantify that?
Yeah, so we're not making money right now, but the plan is, and it's been consistent in terms of feedback that we get from potential investors as well as potential customers and business partners, which is annual subscription. So unlike our competitors, they often require a monthly subscription. To us, that doesn't really make sense in terms of the use cases of our potential customers. So annual subscription is one stream of revenue, and then the other one is affiliate advertising, because ultimately what we show in the product are real products. They will be real products, so a real vacation and so on. So think of it like, an Airbnb experience, but that's smarter financially, tailored to you.
Got it. Got it. And my last question, again, comes from Dana. What is your go-to-market strategy now that you're literally in the process of launching this bad boy? How do you get there?
Bad boy, this baby. This
Yeah.
mechanical baby. Anyway,
Yeah, right? AI baby.
Ultimately, it's I like to think of it as a cross-content social strategy. So social media is key. This December is going to be silly for me because I'm going to do a lot of that. And then content that is both insightful, engaging, and, funny.
Great.
So that's the core of it.
Great. Well, we'll be looking out for your advertisements and your commercials all over the place. Thank you so much. This was great.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Great pitch coming out of the gate. Yeah, Kajenwa. Such an interesting product, and I think we need smarter financial tools in our world.
Well, we really do, because a mattress is not going to cut it, or the little what is it called? The piggy bank with the $11 in it forever. It's not going to work. It's not going to get me to my vacation.
Nope. All right. Well, we're going to move on, and we will see you soon again. All right. Here we go.
See you on the flip side.
See you on the flip side. Okay. We are excited to move on to our next presenter here we have from the LATAM region of the world, from Bogota, Colombia. We are excited to have the team from Tree Life join us. Here we go. And also, if you can hear me, share your screen so we can make sure to get you up and running here, see your slides and get that pitch. But Bogota, Colombia sits in our LATAM region of the world, and we're really excited to hear from Tree Life. So here we go. We have one from Tree Life here. Hello.
Hey, Nick. I'm having a slight problem when presenting a screen. I don't know if you can give me like 2 minutes. I just have to enable an access.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and enable. I will just really describe here. So for everyone, this is again the company colors for Tree Life. You will see there that you have the logo, the information, all like the founder names and their website. If you scan that QR code, it takes you to even more information. It takes you to their pitch video, their website, and you can learn more, you can engage, you can reach out to that startup, and you can get that going. So those are what the company colors can provide you. You can, pass those around. People can get those from everywhere, and we're excited about that. It seems like there's a bit of a technical difficulty getting these slides here. So I'm going to pop that off, and I'm going to just put my screens back on here. And I'm going to explain that, hey, everyone, I know we had some questions right there, but we are looking for you to get more engaged with these pitches. We're looking for you to, this is the beauty of Founders Live. We don't want to sit up here and ask all the questions. We want you all to think about the questions that you want to ask these presenters. So I know it's quick, there's a pitch happening and you kind of got to think about a question quickly, but we encourage you to engage with the pitches here with our founders that are actually going through this pitch. Feel free to type in those in the chat bar there, your comments and your questions. It looks like we now have slides. All right, we're close. We're getting close here to get those slides going. Are you able to? There they are. All right. So, Juan, are you ready? How do you feel? Are you ready to go through the pitch?
Yeah,
here?
I'm ready. Actually, are you looking my screen and hearing me well?
We see it, and I'm gonna go ahead and just count down, and then I will remove myself, and you've got the stage to go through the pitch. Okay?
Okay, that's great.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
So basically, in Tree Life, we found a problem, and it is that planting trees at a scale, it's really time-consuming, expensive, and, well, hard to acquire all the know-how to plant them. So we found a very simple solution. It is a mobile app that enables users to plant trees by biking. So basically, you just download it from the App Store or Google Play Store, bike 90 miles, and plant a tree. For this tree you have planted, different enterprises will reward you with free discounts and products, while trees plant all the trees in a very nice exponential way. Our vision is to reference the world through ecological bike rides. And some of our metrics, we already have more than 50,000 users registered in our database in MySQL, more than 200 stores allied in LATAM, and people uses us for something like 3 minutes every day. This is just an image of the seed balls, is the black dot you can see in the image. Very simple MVP we have built. This is the home screen, the store, and all the experience we want to deliver to all the people that bikes in the earth. This is just our team. Our model of monetization, it's very, very easy. So basically we just sell the app for $199. Every new business that is registered has a fee of $200. It's a unique payment, actually. And for every transaction, we charge 10% of each product, like transed or sold through the app. These are just some allied stores we've had and some events we've been, Avinbev, Alpina, Boytech. So basically,
all right. Yeah, great job. Great job. That's your time for the pitch. Thank you so much. Great job. And we have some questions here for you there. How is Tree Life proprietary? So, is there a way to talk a little bit more about the kind of the proprietary nature of what you've built? And it looks like we just lost him. We hopefully will get our presenter back. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So we are excited here to just talk a little bit more about the proprietary nature of the concept and system that you've built.
Okay, so actually there's a very interesting point, because people plant the trees, but it's just a matter of probability, because we plant them through seedballs. So we are planting them in the root-like stage. We have made some allies with the stores such as InBev or DHL. These trees are actually just big trees of like 1 meter. And in this case, the proprietary of these trees, it's Life Miles or InBev or DHL, the enterprise who bought it. But until the tree that is planted through the app hasn't grown, well, there's actually no proprietary more than the foundation. So it's us.
Awesome. That's great. So, I think, one thing you touched a little bit on it, but, this is an incredible idea. And by the way, in terms of, you probably heard us earlier, with our new core value around climate consciousness, this is something that, a growing number of people are thinking about is let's plant new trees, more trees to continue to improve the climate. But what is that? Talk a little bit more about that business model. Obviously, at some point, you got to be sustainable. And you got to, make money. So talk to us about that.
So just to start answering this question, I would like to refer to our core value. It is to give people and the earth what they want. In this moment, the earth and people needs trees, so we give them trees. Now, the way we do it and the way we monetize is mainly through enterprises and users, so B2B and B2C. We charge enterprises for entering our marketplace, and for every transaction that is made, we charge a 10% of fee. This is what we are doing in this precise moment. Nevertheless, we want to make kind of a coin that is backed up with trees. And this is something that will be actually disruptive and will change all the business model, because what I am mentioning in this moment is just, like a traditional way of making enough cash to plant the trees. But that's something we'll talk about later, because we're still in process.
Yeah, awesome. So Dana has a question around how is the tree planted? Walk through a little bit of how the process works, and even if you go to your website, it says plant a tree while you're biking or cycling. That's pretty cool. Talk to us a little bit about how this actually happens.
Okay, that's actually a great question, because a lot of people asks it. And the tree is planted in two ways. Mainly, it is through seed balls that are basically literally some balls made with organic products. And they are thrown from the air through drones, and they are planted. It's just a percentage of success of 1 of every 3, 1 of every 10 is actually very variable, depending on the species we plant and the thermic floor in which we are planting it. Nowadays, we plant them all in Colombia. We have different terrains. Most of them are in the Cordillera of Los Andes. And we are making an important ally in the Amazon. And the other way, it's just the traditional way, which is more expensive, actually. We only use it with enterprises that want to pay for the tree. And it's planting the big tree, just making a hole in the earth and putting the tree.
Very good. Very good. Just a little bit of a combo question here is, do people get pictures of the trees, or how can they see their own trees? And then secondly, just kind of going off that, can companies use these tree plantings to offset carbon emissions, especially as we've been talking about, more of a carbon accounting and in the offset of those carbon emissions? Talk to us a little bit about what those thoughts are for people and companies.
That's great. Well, when referring to the first question, nowadays you can see all the trees we have planted through some satellite images of Google Maps. You just search tree life plantation, and as well you can access to all these images through our mobile app. But actually, we are working and we are trying to make all the process in blockchain. So each user will know which tree have been planted and where has it been planted. And that's something very interesting when also referring to enterprises, because then the ownership of the tree can be transferred to any enterprise. And this is something that can be actually regulated. And nowadays, we like the trees we have planted do not like work to offset carbon emissions. We are in all the process because it requires a legal requirement here in Colombia and also in the US. But we just want to make all the process in blockchain. And imagine you just don't buying a coffee with actually $2 or $5, but with three coins. And the actual value of this 3 coin can be, I don't know, 60 tons of CO2. And you are transferring CO2 to the enterprise. Therefore, the enterprise doesn't have to take out like its cash flow to buy these like carbon bonds, but it will actually just receive the coin and be offsetting carbon of all the world.
Got it. Very good. Well, Juan, thank you so much for, representing Tree Life here. What a great pitch. What a great concept. You'll notice, people, look, great product for helping the world from global warming. Yeah. So thank you. All right. Well, stick around. We obviously have voting happening a little later, but thank you so much for your pitch. Great job.
All right. Thank you, Nick.
All right. So amazing here. Look at these just amazing startup ideas that are not only great businesses, but benefiting the world as well. So our third presenter, we are so excited here to bring on Epi from Harare, Zimbabwe. We now have the winner from our Primetime Africa regional event, Epi with Mutombo Specialty Teas. Yes, that's her company colors there. Epi, if you can hear us, we need you to turn on your camera. We're excited to have you share your slides. And we are so excited here. We're going to bring her on stage. Epi, hello. Hello, I think you might be on mute, so let's hopefully you can unmute that. And how are you today?
Hi. Hi, Nick. How are you?
So good. It's so awesome to have you here, and we are excited. So as we prepare for this pitch, I would like you to make sure that you can share your slides and you pull those up. If you need us to do that on our side, we can, but we really like to have you, share your slides there so you can flip through them. All right. And as she is getting her slides up and ready, again, we're just pointing out that, look, again, the company colors there, she's got, if you scan that QR code, you're going to see her other pitch video and information on their website. But let's see here. We've got her slides. She is ready. Epi, when you are comfortable and ready, I'm going to jump off and you can just get started with your pitch.
All right, so let me start. Right. In the wake of COVID and even prior, the world has been moving towards a more health, nutrition, and well-being conscious food and beverage culture. Consumers have had to reassess how their food and drink offer tangible benefits, as if to say, let's not pollute our bodies with the synthetic unknown in the same way we campaign to eradicate polluting the environment with all sorts of toxic material. One of the deterrents of consuming food and drink for medicine has been unpleasant taste. So we at Mutombo Specialty Teas are focused on making herbal teas into something that tea lovers, beverage lovers, and everyone can enjoy rather than endure. In addition, as Zimbabwe, we spend more to consume what we grow locally after it has been processed overseas. So we aim to deepen local value chains and create more value closer to the source for better returns to farmers and the local economy. Our business model is anchored on growing the supply chain, markets, production, and sustainability, transitioning into a revenue model that consists of increasing production volumes, output, production efficiency, and growing our market share. In a market that is projected to reach $27 million in 2025, Mutombo plans to capture 5% of that market, with our revenue projections for year 5 including exports and local food markets. 10 months into the market, focusing on product promotion, demand creation, and market entry activity, we have had a percentage growth of 182%. We are projecting at least 3 years of exponential growth, starting 2022, where we will grow our turnover tenfold each year.
All right. Great job, Epi. That was amazing. Mutombo Specialty Teas. And we have a question from the audience. We already have a question here from Jean there. Talk a little bit more about, or, do your teas have healing properties? What sort of properties would you describe that with these teas people can enjoy benefits?
So our teas do have, I wouldn't call them healing properties. I would mostly say they're nutritional benefits. So hibiscus has a large amount of antioxidants, and it's also anti-inflammatory, and it also has a large amount of vitamin C. For the other product that we make, the Baobab drink, the Bao Boost, it has a lot of vitamin B. It has all your B vitamins, and is also high in vitamin C, maybe even more than most of your citrus fruits. Our Makoni tea was locally used as a digestive tea, so it is a really, really, really good tummy tea. That's what I call it, because also in the Makoni tea, we have star anise in it, and star anise is also a very, very great digestive spice. Yeah.
Very good, very good. We have another question. We got Kajenwa there. And Kajenwa, you can pop on screen maybe if you want, but what has promoted you to start the business? So let's bring on Kajenwa there. Here we go. Kajenwa.
Yeah, no, congratulations on this, Epi. I really appreciate that you've reclaimed all of the plants that you're so familiar with. I think it's wonderful rather than have these ideas be appropriated by people who have no connection, right? So it's really nice that you're able to share. What prompted you to start the business actually, and when did you launch?
We launched January of this year, of 2021. But for years, we've been having hibiscus tea. Like, it's been just a family drink. My mom always used to make it for me for school, would always share it with family members and friends. What prompted me to start was me wanting to fill up time during like the COVID era, to find something to do. So I started a business of something I love. I love tea. I'm an avid tea drinker every single day and night, tea. So it was just my passion for tea, and also just, finding something to do during these trying times. Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. And, all the queens in Brooklyn are sipping tea over good conversations.
Yeah.
What Dana wanted to know, what is your marketing plan? I would like to know as well.
Well, we do product activation at the local food market. So we allow people to come taste the tea, try it. We also do product activation outside of shops. So we'll just set up a little table, let other people, come in, invite them to try the tea, taste it, tell us what they like or don't like about it. We ask them if there's anything they might think they would want us to change in the tea. So yeah, that's how we market our teas.
You're testing your market. That's great.
Yeah.
How do you compare the established competitors? And before we get to Dan's question, can you talk to me about how lucrative the tea business is? Like, how much can you make in a year? Like, what's a good year? What does a good year look like?
I would say a good year is about, About 10,000, I think, as a startup. I think your
Got it.
year would be about $10,000 at the end of the year. But as you grow your market share, I'm sure it increases like exponentially. Yeah.
Gotcha. And so how do you compare currently to the established competitors?
Well, I would say every tea business has its own uh niche, let me say, because everyone will make different blends. Even if you have the same ingredients, like it will still taste different. So I think compared to established competitors within Zim, I would say my local competitors, they don't really make tea blends. They will sell you base products. So we
Yeah.
specialize in making blends of teas, different flavors, things that people love. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
our
well, listen, I'm here for the Zimbabwe, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know, now you do. So thank you so much for that, Epi. That was great.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Tintin. It was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right. Woo! So good. It's isn't it cool? It's like the flavor of other parts of the world, right? Like this
Yeah.
is all about. This
It's
is what.
so awesome. I live for it, you know. I feel like I can get a little piece of the world through the screen sometimes.
All right. Well, we will see you soon. All right. We are continuing forward, and we have our fourth founder to pitch now. We are looking at going over to India. Look at that, Bangalore, India. We have Fundingx. We have Sahaj here. Sahaj, if you can hear me, share your screen and your slides. So excited. Yeah, let's get you going here. Make sure that your slides are going to pop up here soon. But welcome to the stage here. And we have Fundingx coming all the way there from India. Really, really excited for what you're building. Excited to hear your pitch. We are going to get you ready. If you're ready, let me know, and I'll pop off here, and we got your time.
Sure, I'm ready, Nick. Yeah, we can start.
All right. Go ahead.
Yeah. Team Fundingx welcomes you. Earlier, we used to create innovative products during a college. But what stopped us from getting the product in the market was high cost of marketing, the huge initial investment, and validation of product. Then we went to Kickstarter and Indiegogo, but they allow startups from very few countries, and ours was not one of them. Thus, Fundingx was born. The solution is an assured, reward-based crowdfunding platform. Here, startups can get early adopters, pre-orders for their products. Next, they're allowed to, in our Paychecks platform, where we introduce them to an investor network to help them raise funds for further rounds. They even get to validate their product by getting suggestions and feedbacks even before mass manufacturing of products, which saves them time and money. So registering your startup on Fundingx is free of cost. So this is a competition analysis. We offered assured rewards, add-on services, affiliate system, and investor network, which is not provided by anyone. Till now, we have onboarded 18 startups, out of which 6 are software-based and 12 are unique and innovative hardware-based. So our clients are very happy as they got huge boost and they were able to market the product easily with us. We also help the startups raise money through our investor network, Paychecks. So this is our business model where our first source of revenue is commission, where we take 5 to 12% of the total amount which is raised by the startup, depending on the plan chosen by the startup. Second, be the add-on services, and third, being the ad revenue. I am Sahej, and with me is just the other co-founder, and we both are the co-founders of Fundingx. Thank you.
Oh, great job, Sahish. That was awesome. You were literally right on the time. I didn't even have to, it just was done. So great here. And we have our first question from Gene. Is there a minimum for investing? So let's, and I want to take this question a little bit further, which is, talk to us a little bit about the experience as an investor. Someone who wants to go on to Fundingx and actually invest in, or support these projects. What's that experience like? And is there a minimum, or is there any sort of what are the
Sure.
technicalities?
Sure, I'll tell you. So the thing is that it depends on the product that is listed by the startup. For example, in Kickstarter, Indiegogo that you have, right, in US, the thing is, if you list a product, for example, a phone for around ₹1,000, right, or $1,000, right, so that is the minimum amount, right. So it depends on the startup what price it is giving the product at, right. So basically, it starts from like as low as around 100, like $20 to $30. That would be internationally. So it can go up to like 1,000, 5,000, right. It could go up to big machines, 3D printers, and everything. So there's no like basic cost.
Very good.
Yeah.
So Luis has a question around geography. What you're available in India right now. What is your plans to expand, or what regions are you looking to expand and target in the near term?
So right now, first our target would be first India, like first 2-3 years would be India. Then once we establish like a good market in India, then we would expand to countries where, like in Africa, countries where Indigo and Kickstarter is not present currently, our competitor, because these areas have many entrepreneurs, as we just saw in my previous slide. But for example, at T1, we could help them grow in these areas in Africa and everything. So first would be India, then Africa, then like Southeast Asia only, like these countries like Sri Lanka, right, Nepal, and these countries, then to Europe and US market. That would be a like long-term plan.
Very good. Yeah, there's huge opportunity. I mean, even just in India, right? There is clearly, as you've mentioned, the traditional options, the Kickstarter and others, just not really working. So huge opportunity in a big country that has more than 1 billion people, but you're looking to, get out to other markets as well. Dan has a question around, how are you attracting investors? And then, maybe we can take that to how are you also attracting projects, kind of more of like the concept of what's your go-to-market strategy, or, how are you marketing this? But how do you identify and attract the right, investors or people that want to support these projects?
Yeah. So regarding the investor thing, so what we do is exactly right now, what we are doing is a reward-based crowdfunding platform. So in this, we don't call them as investor, but kind of backers, right? As in Indiegogo and Kickstarter. So what they do is they're friends and family, first of all, and they're people who are excited to be a part of, to try something new, because the projects that come on our website would be very new, like something like new 3D printer, something new. So these things are something that we go to Hobbies, we go to Discord servers, and we target these specific people. We are creating a community of these network of people who would like to invest, who would like to actually back these projects. But in the future, near future, our vision is to actually also like incorporate an equity-based crowdfunding platform. It's just like Republic in US. So that is a platform, equity-based like reward funding. So in that, we would get investors such as HNIs or angel investors who would like to like multiply their returns around 10x, 15x, but which is not there in stock markets, right? So that is a platform that we'll be giving them in near future, like after like 2, 5, 6 years. That is our vision.
Very
And
good.
regarding the projects, yeah, as Nick said, so regarding the projects, we are actually targeting schools and colleges because they are startups which actually create these innovative products, right? Incubators, accelerators. So this is we are getting the projects from, and other things we are getting from other things. Yeah, from HNIs and everything.
Oh, so cool. So cool. Well, you're getting some good love here, and look at that. We're getting some people just really liking the concept. It's great to have you here, Sahaj. Really love the vision of this, and thank you for being a part of Founders Live. You won the primetime wildcard event, and now you're here and delivering a great pitch. So great job.
Thank you, Nick.
All right. So we're gonna pull him off. We have one more presenter. My gosh, we're already at the end here, and I'm gonna bring up Mike. If you can hear me, Mike Venturi, let's bring you back up here as well for you, and then Udanto. We're gonna bring him on. We have Aditya from Indonesia. All right, Mike, I'm gonna let you introduce Yudanto and then set him up, and then I've got the time. So whenever you're ready, and Yudanto, if you have your slides, make sure that you share your slides as well as we get set here, so you can flip through your slides. But Mike, I'm going to give you the stage.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Nick. Halo, Pak Yudanto.
Halo, Mike.
How are you, Pak?
Baik.
Let's speak in English because we are a global view. So, how do you feel? How do you feel right now? Are you nervous or is it just?
Yeah, a bit is a big moment and happy to be here. Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, so you guys are representing our country, so just give it your best and be prepared. So Nick will be counting now, and yeah, you can go on now.
Hi everybody, my name is Yudanto. I'm presenting for Dika Kerja. Our motto is professional learning in engineering. So this is our mission is to make Dika Kerja is to make engineering graduates be ready to meet the demands of industries. Our mission is now focuses on engineering, by organizing online learning, connecting the need of industries with students, graduates, and professionals. Our problem in Indonesia is high unemployment. Highly educated graduates, fresh graduates looking for work have to compete with victims of layoff. So we are building a learning management system, dikakerja.com, so we can connect the user and partners. Users is workers, students, and fresh graduates, while the partners is universities, professional, association of professional, and also instructor as personnel. This is market sizing. Achievable is about 11 million people, while the category market we targeting about 2 million right now. So this is our traction. Yeah, from the September last year until now, we have last year about 20,000 people per month or 44 per day. This is our revenue in rupiah. So for the last year is about 20 million rupiah. Now it's more than 100 million rupiah. This is our team. So thank you all for the opportunity for viewing.
All right, nice, sharp, 99 seconds. Okay, let's maybe you can turn off your share screen, Mr. Yudanto. Okay, and let's go jump out to the questions. Any questions we got on the YouTube? So let me ask first. So your co-founders and your how many co-founders do you have now?
We have 3, including me, Pak Burianto, Agung, and me, Yudanto.
And all of seniors, right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we have question.
We have children, and maybe one of them have maybe we have grandchildren. I don't know. So
yeah, we've got question now. How many women are engineer graduates seeking employment?
So the prediction is about the student is 10 million. So say half or more than half. So about 50 under 60. Sorry, 5 under 6 million fresh grade and graduate also, but mainly on the students. Yeah, we have about 6 million.
Now, we have question from Edo, our city leaders of Bandung. As we know, online learning is kind of boring. So, is Dika Kerja plan to hybrid learning process in the future, or maybe just a virtual?
Yeah, before we do the live streaming, but now we do the online learning real time. If we have plan, if we have opportunity, we can do combine both. And also we already plan for the more on longer training, because usually our course is about 1 hour, 2 hours. But now we can have more, let's say 8 hours, and we try to put it as hybrid as well.
Okay, maybe I want to ask question too. What the special of Diklat Kerja? How do you differentiate your startups with many other
Okay.
startups in education
Yeah.
technology?
Right now we focuses on the engineering. Is more on the student of universities and also the fresh grade, also the professional if they want to learn more about new things. And also the specialty now is we can have examination in our platform. We have some operational team mandated by the profession association organization, so we can have certification and verified certified by a profession organization.
Okay, last questions. What is your biggest threat for Diklat
Our
Kerja?
biggest threat is if maybe some of the like you have a couple minutes ago is the electricity, the power outage. Maybe in the remote areas the power is not so good. So once they have real time, they also have a downtime of the power. So this is all the threat for all the startup, right? But because we have more wide corporate and remote island have advantage if we do distance learning. So the power in remote areas is one of our strength.
I see. Okay, awesome. That's the last question. Thank you.
Thank you. Great job. All right. Stick around here. And we are now about to hit the time that it's voting. But Mike, man, what a great pitches right there. What do you think, man?
Yeah. All of them are so incredible. Different sectors, right? Different vertical, different area, and all of them have the great idea, have the great execution. And I think, I don't know who will become the winner. We will find out next.
We will find out next. So everyone, it is now time to vote for your favorite startup. You're going to scan that QR code. It's going to take you to a form. That form, it's going to ask you a few questions. We require an email to vote just so we can count them appropriately and make sure there's one vote for one email. So we're going to take a little time, scan that. There's actually a link at the bottom of that video box. See that arrow? There's also a link. It's right there, actually. It's livefestvoting.founderslive.com. We're going to take some time. We're going to vote. So I will keep this on the screen. And, Mike, we're going to take about a 3 to 4 minute break. And then let's bring you back on. We'll bring Kajenwa back on. And then we'll talk a little bit. And so voting will take about 8 to 10 minutes. And we will find out who is our Founders Live Fest winner for 2021. Sound good?
Yeah, that's great.
All right.
See you then.
All right, coming back here. Gonna bring on Kajenwa here. And when Mike gets back on his camera, we're gonna bring Mac back on. Kajenwa, your thoughts on this live fest, these finalists. Look at this.
Yeah. Listen, I have my music turned up. I'm getting turned up right now because the level of excitement that I feel about entrepreneurship cannot be compared. Like, where else do we get this type of vibe except for maybe Clubhouse, where we come together at different corners of the world, one night pitching, talking to us about their NFT colors and their cards. I'm like, mind blown. Okay. So
Yeah.
I need to know more about the cards. I need to know, I need you to talk to me like I'm 2 years old so that I can get the card on the front end, right? Because by the time it's like this time next year, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's a really good point. And, we've talked about this internally, is there's a lot, not only are we releasing new stuff pretty quickly, but there's a lot of education that is required with these new things. And what I want people to understand is that, the cards, or if you want the company colors, these are NFTs, but it's important to not get too afraid of that, and whether you are or you aren't, but those are like, whoa, that's a new term, it's confusing. We will educate the community with these, and we will start slowly with them. So just know that there will be more education on that for everyone out there, more stuff coming down the line around it. But basically, the thing to think about right now is two things. Number one, these company colors and essentially the NFTs that we're creating, they're really they're digital keys to get you into new things. Before the NFTs were created, we had just traditional membership levels where if you paid your card, the system would allow you to access that community. This now allows it to happen in many different ways, and it's trackable on the blockchain. It's like public data that you can utilize for different things. It's really interesting. So number one, they're really digital keys to get you into new things. And number two, they are, they're associated with these companies, and yet it's not like it locks you into, like, if I get a company colors of one of the founders here tonight, it's just cool because you're like, it's like a collectible. It's like a sports card, like baseball cards, so it's kind of fun, right? But it's like a fun in addition to keys that you get you into new spaces and environments. So I hope that, I know that that's still probably confusing, but
Okay, well, I got that. There's fun and fungible. The fun goes inside the fungible. So if it's non-fungible, hopefully it's still fun. But I was very afraid of Bitcoin, and then I got into the game, and I'm like, yes, honey. How's your Bitcoin doing today? So, right?
Yeah.
So get in the game, get it hot,
Yeah. Yeah. So Mike, real quick thoughts, and we are close to announcing a winner here. We're close to it. We're not there yet, but Mike, your quick thoughts on just the morning for you, the evening for us, but how has the morning been for you?
Yeah, because of this pandemic, the world become flat, right? So we can connect with any other people around the world at the same time, but the different time zone, right? Like you in United States, there's maybe 12 or 14 hours separate, so like Kojen was said, we are coming from the future, but we are really, really excited because maybe this is my quick question, maybe because of this pandemic we met, right? And then Founders Life came to Indonesia. I don't know if there is no pandemic. I don't know if we can or able to expand Founders Life so exponentially in Indonesia.
Can't wait.
That's the bright side.
Yeah. And so, yeah, Ito has a thought. NFT is just a new kind of asset and use blockchain technology. You're absolutely right, man. You're right. And you know, again, there in you know, we're walking through this appropriately. And you know, you can every day you read that new brands are doing these things, and some of them are we don't know the reason why. With Founders Live, we found a new way to bring an experience and even some new, you know, imagery, these new tokens, they're collectibles. Like think about all startups around Founders Live. If because they pitched, they got this new collectible that then people could collect from all around the world.
I will
Like,
collect it.
Like
I
we
will collect
literally
it.
can have like startup like cards, like we had sports cards. Like
That's
that's what we're doing.
What about like stocks? Like people collect stocks, right? They said, you know what? I have 100 Apple stocks. So why can't it be the same thing? Did you know that hemp one time was used as currency? 1612.
Yeah.
Like trading beads in Africa were used as currency. Currency is a concept. And it's like I always say, there's no one with a little drawer at the bank with your money in it, like a drawer that you would open and it's got your cash in it. It doesn't even exist.
Well, yeah, it's so cool. We could sit here and talk about it all day, but we have a winner from tonight. Before we get to that, I just want to say to all the presenters here, before we talk about the winner, I want to just say to all presenters, you reached this level, you all did great, and you all deserve so much praise, so much celebration. Of course, this is a competition, and of course there of course that is, but you guys are just you're all awesome. So congratulations before this. But we do have a winner here that we want to announce, and the winner of Founders Livefest 2021 comes from the country of Indonesia, and we have Dick Kerja. We're so excited. Look at that. That is our winner. Oh my gosh. And we want Yudanto, if he can come back on camera, we're going to bring you back on stage. This was an excellent competition. A lot of votes here. Yudanto, hello.
Hello. Thank you.
Congratulations. Such a good job. And, you know, look, I think it's important to say, and especially for all of our presenters here, you know, look, we had to choose a time of day, and we had to choose a language. And we understand that it's not easy to speak in the English language and actually deliver your pitch in the English language. So, you know, that's a double celebration for you to deliver a pitch that, you know, it's not in your native language. And I know it's difficult. So congratulations.
Thank you, Nick. Yeah, thank you all. And because it is not my native language, I have to practice times, for a couple hours maybe, and maybe stay awake at night, to get the video for you. That's why. Thank you all.
That's so great. Mike, do you have a question or a thought for Yudanto here?
Yeah. Maybe I just want to give a gratitude for, because all of the startups that join in Founders Life, we are younger than the founders of this Diklat Kerja. So I really admire them, because they are so, they are seniors, but they have, the agility, they have the courage to still working on their startups, even still on the early stage. But I still see the spirits of these founders of Diklat Kerja. So I really admire them. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Kajenwa, your thoughts here for Yudanto.
Yeah, no, Yudanto, congratulations. What can I say? Hard work pays off. Hard work pays off. So congratulations for grinding it out and doing what you need to do to get to this place now. This is amazing. So
Thank you.
carry forward, onwards and upwards, right? It's just the beginning, really.
Yeah.
So my last question here, and we're gonna close up this part of the experience, but what should people expect for the next year with all the online education? What do you have planned for this coming year?
Okay, my plan, even though hopefully the pandemic will be over, we are customized to do the online training, online course, online education, so we can expand on that, aspect to that, and maybe we have to do some adjustment, maybe in the curriculum of our university or higher education. So we hope we can have a bright future in the education industry, because education and remote working and also remote relationship between user and partners will be strengthened in the coming year.
Well, very good. Yeah. Thank you again. Congratulations again. And look, things are really working over there in Indonesia, and we're so pleased to have Mike as our city leader over there, our leader of the APAC region, and all the cities, all the efforts, all the support, not just for Founders Live, but then for your companies that are happening over there. So congratulations. Thank you. And you will receive more information from us as we go forward here. So great job again.
Great job, everyone. Great job.
Great job.
Thank you.
All right. Woo! That is amazing. That is amazing. We have from the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds to the 25, the finalists, to now one from Indonesia, the winner of Founders Livefest 2021. So amazing.
Cool.
This is crazy.
Yeah, I can't believe I did my first Founders Livefest. I mean, first there was Prime Time. Then I was like, Livefest. Oh, damn. Okay.
Livefest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time flies so fast, right?
It did.
I remember
It flew by.
just running the prime time, the event at in every cities, and then now we come to the to the top of our events, right? So
that's
this is
it.
Yeah, we are.
Speaking of events as well, definitely for you guys who are watching, check us out on the 9th of December. We are closing off Founders Live New York on the 9th, and it'll be a ton of fun. It's going to be hybrid.
Yeah, so let's pull that up real quick. December 9th, Founders Live New York City. It's going to be hybrid. We're closing out the year. Have some fun. You all, if you're not in our New York City, you can still watch it. So Kajenwa is going to be on. She's going to run her show. So excited about that. And, we actually have a few other cities. I believe we have LA and we have Minneapolis. They're going to have some events here in a couple weeks, in the next week or two.
We still have a few other cities from Indonesia coming too. Yeah.
Look at that. And we got some more cities in Indonesia. So
not to mention we have a special event maybe in 2 weeks coming. So we want to gather all around the winners of Founders Live Indonesia, and we will pack them in one event, the final event for Founders Live in Indonesia.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome.
You know what? Founders Live is the city that never sleeps. Like it's
cities that never sleeps.
So, all right, everyone. Well, it's time to hang out. We are excited to go on to networking. It's time to hang out, and you'll see in the chat here let's see, where is that? I'm going to pull that up here. We have a link to hang out if you want on camera. We can chat. I'm probably going to grab a drink and just chill and hang out for a little while here. So if you want, it's in the link. There's down below as well, but it's Kumo/Founders Live. You can jump in there. We're going to, whoever wants to come in there and just chat for a little while, I'll be in there. Some of our team will be in there. We would hope that you can join us and maybe get to know some of the people that are around here. And I also want to announce that we have a winner of the raffle that we made. I am plugging this in here. Winner of the Twitter raffle. Twitter raffle here. Hold on. This is real time, guys. El Cotero, and that is the Twitter handle of the winner of the day one inspirational edition. We reviewed it before. This person is from Bogota, Colombia, and they receive it's valued at $2,500. It's one of 5 that we created. There's the image one there, plus the inspirational quote. You got to reach out to us, though. We don't know you. So please respond to our tweet. You were the one that was randomly chosen to win one of the Founders Live tokens that we're giving away of the day one inspirational edition. Congratulations. Wherever you are, please make sure that you reach out to us and claim your prize. Congratulations. Awesome. So cool. All right. So for everyone, join us in the
room.
Yeah, the room there. I'm looking for my slides here. Congratulations on the winner. We got our tokens. If you want to expand Founders Live, you want to bring Founders Live to your city or your country, expand.founderslive.com. Type it right into your web browser. You'll take it to a form. We want to thank all of you, especially our guests, especially our partners and sponsors. Thank you all so much. There is a link down below, Kumo Space. It's in the chat as well. Hang out for networking hour. I'm going to fill this up. I'm going to grab, it is water right now, but I'm going to go grab a drink because it's evening time. I'm ready to kind of hang out for a second with everyone. Come join the room. Let's talk. Let's chat. It's a video chat. So would love to see you in there. And Kujenwa, I know it's a bit late in your world. So if you're not in there, I totally understand. Mike, hope to see you in there. All right, everyone.
All right, guys, signing off.
Thank you both for co-hosting this show with us. Thank you, Mike. Congratulations again. I love our internal team, and we're only at the beginning of something great.
More to come. Thank you, Nick.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
All right, everyone. We're going to leave you here, but you got that link. Join us in the Hangout chat. You can meet people from all over the world. Signing off. This is Founders Livefest 2021. Thank you all and see you later.